Good evening, and welcome to Carrion Comfort Studios. My name is Wes Franks, your MC for tonight. I am privileged to present to you Fables, Once and Future, an Urban Shadows 2nd Edition series. Before we meet our cast, let's get to some announcements. This show is sponsored by Dice Envy and 1985 Games. Be sure to check out the links in the chat and our About section to see what both have to offer for you in the way of wares, whether it be dice accessories, miniatures, and more. Be sure to use code COMFORT at checkout for 10% off your order at both sites. Special shout out to the Patreons and subscribers to CCS for making this and other shows possible. Without your support, none of this would have been happening, and we thank you for it. If you'd like to support CCS directly, then please consider signing on to our Patreon. A link shall be showing up in the chat, or it is down below, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. Our cast and I have worked hard to present to you the best possible show that we could. If you would like to compensate us for tonight's show, then please type !Fables in the chat to bring up a link to our Pally page where you can tip us for our hard-earned work. We have a series of goals for this show, and every dollar helps us get closer and closer to them. The first being, we are already going to have a guest for this show, but if you want to add another guest star, $100 is all it's going to take, and I'm sure you're going to want to see who we have up our sleeves. Fables, Once and Future is a show with mature themes that include strong language, violence, politically motivated turmoil, sexual content, and more. I and the cast have sat down and discussed our lines and veils before the game in our private session 0, and we have multiple safety tools on hand if the need arises, including utilizing the X card, the red, yellow, green system, as well as I have an open door policy on my games. 2022 marks the 20th anniversary of the comic book series Fables. That is why it was imperative to me to make sure that I treated the source material with the utmost respect. With that comes my job to adapt and make sure that our narrative honors that of Fables, but we must also improve on it as well. That is why in this telling of the story, all Mundies and Fables introduced in the story shall be judged by how they act and treat others, not how they look, speak, worship, fuck, and present themselves. Our story also deals with fables and folklore that are beyond the Eurocentric focus of the original comic book series. I have worked with PhD coordinator Helena Galib of the Cultures in Contact in the Mediterranean PhD program, as well as PhD coordinator Cesar Carreras of the Classical Archaeology program at the University of Alabama in Birmingham as sensitivity and cultural consultants to this story to make sure that we tell a very respectful and earnest, if not exciting, meaningful, and heart-wrenching story over the next several weeks. Thank you, personally, Helena and Cesar, for your time and knowledge. Now, let's introduce our cast. First, starting off, Sade.
Hello, everyone. Sade Smith-Edwards, or Ambrose, they, she pronouns. I'm going to be playing Maddie, the wizard, on this one. And it's wonderful to see y'all today.
Perfect. Next, we have Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel, or you can find me online at Ms. Petty Dreadful, pronoun she, her, and tonight I will be playing Sir Bedivere or Vera, pronouns also she, her, and she's the veteran.
Excellent. Next, we have Prince.
Hello everyone, I'm Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice around the internet, pronouns he, him, and I am playing Amin Beg, the Aware.
Fantastic. Duval.
Hey everyone, Jacob Plick, Duval King, Jacob on the internets. Very excited to be here, and I'll be playing Buffkin, Fae Playbook, and he's a winged monkey, and he's drunk all the time.
Fantastic. And last but certainly not least, we have April.
Hello, I'm April. I am playing Hannah, the imp of Fabletown.
Fantastic. You nailed it, April. Every time. Thank you so much. This is our cast. I am Wes Franks, pronouns he, they. I am your narrator and MC for the evening. And without further ado, I present to you Fables, Once and Future. Welcome back. Once upon a time, in New York City, there lived a community of fairy tale characters known as Fabletown. The Fables who lived there arrived hundreds of years ago after they were exiled from their homelands. Through the use of a magic spell called Glamour, they have protected their secret community from the mundane world. They spend their days doing their best to live amongst us mortals, called Mundies, in a semi-normal life. But sometimes things, as they do in fairy tales of old, tend to far surpass normal. This is one such story. The Homelands. The year is 1950 by the Mundi calendar. We see a landscape, a resplendent city with banners waving in the air, extravagant colors mixed with smoke from siege weapons laying waste to the defenses. We follow along with a cannonball as it sails through the air and crashes into a tall tower, surprising those that dwell within. We see multiple people clad in gorgeous and shiny armor standing in a circle around a figure lying on a table. One of the armored men is crushed by the cannonball. The other stands steadfast. One looks to the oldest of the group. "We have no time. This will not work." Another shouts over. "It must be done. The adversary must not learn his secret. The prize is too precious and would be dangerous in his hands." The two begin arguing. The oldest of the group holds up a hand, and the two stop bickering. We see the soldiers gather around their lord. They read together with the words on the scroll. The room begins to fill with brilliant light and sand and dust as reality blurs with magic. We see their lord become encased in a protective orb of light and magic, and in a flash they uncover their eyes and they see that their lord is gone. Long gone. The oldest looks to a young man, barely old enough to be in this position, but so is life. "Take this scroll. You must take it to the departing ships. Join the rest of our kind as they make their way from our lands. Only give this scroll to ones that might be fit to bring our lord back. Understood?" "Yes, sir, but what will the rest of you do?" "What we do best." We see the rest of these men draw swords and raise their shields to prepare to defend the exit of this young man. We follow his steps as he runs down the tower, doing his best to dodge rubble and fire. As we do, an explosion rocks the side of the tower, and in the mix of dust and debris, the screen melds with a party popper going off. The year is 1984 of the Mundi calendar. Fabletown. It is Remembrance Day. But we are not at the fancy gala that is held at the Woodland Apartments for those that are more wealthy than most. We are at the Trip Trap, amongst the citizens of Fabletown not considered wealthy or important enough to join in the main huge event. The camera slides down the bar as we see a lithe woman with silver hair and rough hands serving drinks. Holly, the troll, is a woman of impeccable talent, able to sling shots and pour beer with the greatest of ease, even as the rowdiest of her regulars, the woodsman, begins yelling loudly about how Hubie Brown is driving the Knicks straight into the ground. He's a loud, bald, and brash man who drinks too much and fights way more than that. The camera makes its way to a bird's eye view of the bar. There are various balloons and banners lazily hung in the smoky room. Wooden walls meld into wooden bars, stools, and tables, and a karaoke machine is scratchily trying to keep up with the singing of one flycatcher who is currently doing his best rendition of Golden Years by David Bowie. The camera moves through balloons and confetti, and it passes by a bathroom door that swings open and closed. As it is open, you can see the shape of a woman standing over a man, a bloody knife in her hand, but the camera does not stop there. It keeps moving past through the emergency exit door out into the alleyway. It turns left, and it moves through another alleyway, past garbage cans, abandoned cats that are strays feeding off of chicken bones and old pizza, and it cuts over to Bullfinch Street. There, we hear before we see the motor of a 1984 Audi 5000S Turbo roaring down the street. We see a man behind the driver's seat. Jerry curls, circular sunglasses, a positively garish neon windbreaker with an equally garish button-up shirt beneath, smiling, singing along to whatever song is playing from the radio in the wind. There we see Amin. Amin, what are you listening to as you're tearing down Bullfinch Street, and where are you headed?
Amin is probably listening to Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin. Just do 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 do. Where he's heading? Probably to I mean, this is the big night, right? Like, so Amin, if he's not invited, he's making himself invited because he has the means to do it. So he's going to be at a party tonight, and he has to get himself prepared. And while he feels incredibly stylish right now, there's another level he can take it up to. Pops on the Rolex, you know, that sort of thing. And, you know, he's got to knob it up at the Muckety Mucks.
Okay, perfect. So you're going to be making your way to the Woodlands, correct?
Absolutely. Wouldn't miss the party for the world.
Perfect. It's only about a block away. As you're roaring down Bullfinch, you cross over Anderson, coming up onto Kipling Street to make a left turn. There are no lights in this part of Fabletown. There is just stop signs. And before you can make the left turn, you see a woman walking across the street, holding a paper bag filled with collection of tea leaves, flour, sugar, other kind of groceries. She is tall, broad shoulders, has blonde hair, swept in an 80s style, wearing a very cozy sweater, though the time of the year might not befit the wearing of that. She has a hardened look on her face that gives way to softness every so often. She's attractive with a warm smile. You see Vera. A car is roaring directly towards you as you are crossing the street. The driver does not seem to notice you. I am going to need you to make a move for me, please. Can you please roll a spirit roll to keep your cool?
That is a 6, and I do not add to it.
A 6. All right, interesting. As well, Amin, can I have you also roll with spirit to keep your cool?
I just rolled I believe a 6 as well.
Well, it's been a good game.
Excellent.
Vehicular manslaughter takes out another campaign.
To kind of let the audience know we're using the Urban Shadow system, so that means that on a 6 or lower, that is a fail, and we have a fail on both of our characters. Amin, at the last second, you are singing along the woo, and you open your eyes a little bit too late before you see a woman standing there holding groceries, shocked look in her face. You turn the wheel to the left, you jerk it to try to avoid her, and you think you might have missed from clipping her at all. Vera, your bag goes up in the air as the wind that passes by you just knocks it out of your hands. You try to catch yourself. Your groceries go splat all over the asphalt. And Amin, you think, I did it. I didn't kill somebody. I can still have a good night. When the left rear tire of your car catches a slight pothole and you just feel the car lift up slightly, it catches the asphalt again, but in a completely different direction. Momentum takes its course. You are now in a physics experiment as your Audi whips around and you hit a light pole into the side of your car. Luckily on the passenger side, you are going to take a harm. One single harm as your head hit the wheel. Sparks fly from the lights. Glass drips down on top of the hood of the car, and you can see that the power light is the light pole is about to tip over and fall, but it catches itself luckily. Seems that fate has smiled on you just a little bit. And the scene is yours.
Vera's running over to the car immediately. Someone's injured, probably.
And you just see Amin, like, after shaking head off, just, I have to take the subway to work now.
Are you all right, love? Can I? And she's gonna like try to like unbuckle your seatbelt and like help you out of the car.
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You sure? You took that was honestly quite a maneuver. You just took out my.
Were you the person I almost hit?
Oh, yes. That and
My
I
sincerest
feel like you
apologies.
already know this, but I should say, please watch where you're driving.
Yes.
But no,
was...
I mean, I got out okay. Just the American tea is shit anyway. So
It really is.
Yes, thank you.
It's
Oh
dreadful.
my god, thank you. I understand why they threw it in the harbor. Is what I will say.
Precisely.
Garbage.
I apologize. I am slightly dazed. I was listening to one of my favorite songs, probably the song of the year. And I was preparing for a party, and I'm sorry.
You're all right. Are you sure? Here, can I? And I'm gonna like try to like look. I'm trying to like field medic his whatever like head injury.
What his head injury is going on. Okay, I'm going to need you to go ahead and let's see. This is going to be a figure someone out roll in a way. It is going to be a. Actually, no. You know what? Let's go ahead. Figure someone out. It is going to be a mind roll.
Okay, great. Okay, there we go. We got an 8.
Perfect. Typically on Figure Someone Out, you would be asking a question about a person here, but you've already prefaced that you're trying to do a little bit of field medic work on Amin's, his injury, seeing the state of his injury. You go through the steps of holding up your finger, having Amin, and while Amin's like trying to talk to you about this song of the summer, you're doing the whole back and forth.
And I'm not asking medical questions. It's fully like, and what song is this? Song of the summer? And like I'm fully
Don't worry, be
carrying
happy.
on. Oh, I've heard that one. I think around different places. It's quite good. Very
Yeah,
cheerful.
I'm off work. I don't have like.
Perfect. I will tell you, Amin has not quite a concussion, but is quite dazed. There's a small cut on his forehead near the hairline, so it shouldn't ruin the hairline too much. It might not need some stitches, but it is going to need some cleaning up. It's just a good bump.
Here.
It's probably going to leave a knot in the morning.
Yeah, my shop is right around the corner. We can get you patched up. And you said you were headed to a party. I was dropping my things off, and I was heading over as well.
Yeah. Remembrance and all that, you know.
Yeah, of course, yes.
You have makeup for my complexion.
Oh, do I have? Yes,
Excellent.
I do. It's been yes. Yeah,
I'll call
yes.
AAA. They'll take care of this.
Sure. All right. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
To the
As you are calling AAA and making your way to the shop, the camera moves away from these two, and it moves further down Kipling Street, all the way, and takes a left turn to the front of the Woodland Apartments, where we see and hear music playing. Banners over the door that says Happy Remembrance Day, though probably in Monday it says something like Happy Birthday George or something like that instead. But at the very top, the camera goes to the front doors, and instead of going through the lobby, tilts up and rides all the way up to the top to the penthouse, where we can hear the sounds of a party going on. There is a little boy Blue playing his horn in front of all the people. It seems like it's doing a little bit of a jazz rendition where you can see Bluebeard is plucking around on the piano. I think the first time you've ever seen a smile on Bluebeard's face that hasn't been tied to something malicious. We see all these important people, Old King Cole. We see Ichabod Crane talking to Snow White, but the camera keeps moving through this crowd past the ice statue of what would be an effigy to the homelands and pass on through into the coat check. Coat check, we see there is a guard that is sleeping, that has his feet up on the coat check desk. He has his hat tilted down, and he is just on his chest. There is a tag that says Grimble on it, and in his hand is a 3/4 full bottle of wine. Really good wine. Seems that somebody had left it at the coat check and he had decided to get a little bit of it. But that's not who we're focusing on, because we are focusing on somebody that is currently in the ventilation shaft of this coat check room overlooking the sleeping guard. We see a green tufted fur creature that has 2 arms, 2 legs, a curl at the top of his head, as well as a bit of a goatee, would seem, that connects into mutton chops, and 2 wings that are being kept very close to his back. It's very crimped in here, but we do see the librarian of Fabletown, Buffkin himself.
I can't believe that worked. Oh man. I never really get invited to these things anyway.
Buffkin, you are at your goal. The end is in sight. You can see the best opportunity for you to sneak off a bottle of this really good, expensive wine that Ichabod Crane bought for the Remembrance Day Gala. It's unattended. All you have to do is stealthily grab it. How are you going to go about that?
Slowly creeping forward, and then just waiting for the right opportunity, and not quite jumps, but just let sort of gravity take over in sort of a dive, and then his wings just unfurl, and he just sort of hovers to the ground and just thinks to himself, don't overthink this, 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 and then tries to and he has an empty bottle with him.
Okay.
And he's going to do a trade.
All right. So you're going to be doing a trade. This seems like a mislead, distract, or trick someone move.
I think that's
So
it.
go ahead and roll with mind.
All right. Now I have an ability,
Okay.
a Fey move here, called In Our Blood, which is when you mislead, distract, or trick someone through lies of omission or clever misdirection. This is clever misdirection, I feel like. I can roll with heart instead of mind.
Perfect. Go roll with heart instead. Getting these moves out early. I love it.
I rolled terribly. Will not matter. Let's go. It's about to go down. That's a 5. I rolled a 1 and a 2. I have a +2 in heart.
Perfect.
Terrible.
Perfect. So that is a fail.
We're all starting off hot.
So the thing is, Grimble is known as sleeping on the job quite a bit. And you go ahead and you just grab it and swap the bottles. No issue at all.
Sure.
Perfect. It's yours. And then you're about to go ahead and take a victory swig before you get the
Right.
fuck out of there. And you just hear a
Yeah, time slows for a minute, and he's just like, finally, I did it. Uh-oh. He just freezes.
freezes. And you hear what might be the worst sound that you could possibly hear in this moment. You hear a, well, I thought I told you that you were going to have to stay away from this party. Don't you have plenty of mouthwash or something that can hold you over until after it's done? And you turn and you see a small man, about 5'4", 5'3", who is balding, receding hairline, white hair, a very crooked bird-like nose, circular rimmed glasses that hang on the edge of them, wearing the finest tux he could probably muster, with a bow, with a bowed tie, like he just tied it like an old bow, and he has under his arm a schoolmaster's hat. He's wearing his knickers. This is the lieutenant mayor of the deputy mayor, whatever you want to call him, the second mayor in charge. Some would say the second in charge to Old King Cole, Ichabod Crane.
Oh, Mr. Cream, a pleasure to see you on this fine evening. I was just, it just seemed that he wasn't in use of said imbibement, and I just thought I would, to prevent future party fouls, just to allow myself to help.
Go ahead and roll persuade an NPC. So you're gonna roll with hearts here.
Oh God. Panic. Not much better. 7.
7. Perfect. On a 7 to 9. Okay, perfect. I'll tell you what, Buffkin. We'll make a deal. It is Remembrance Day, and I'm feeling very spirited, very generous.
Wonderful.
I'll allow you to keep that bottle if you do something for me.
Sure. What will you have me do?
This will be a standing favor, Buffkin. I'm more in a partying mood right now and don't want to deal with business, but I have some business coming up that I think that you could help me out with quite easily. So, you go ahead.
Standing offer for a bottle of wine? Like, I could understand if it was a case of wine. Maybe there's room for us to negotiate.
I'll give you 3 bottles of this wine, 2 upon the end of the evening, if you get the fuck out of this coat check closet and get away from this party.
I was never here.
Perfect. Buffkin, you flap your wings, you lift off, and you float on out of the coat check, over the party, out the balcony to enjoy your evening. And we'll see where you go from there next. But the camera
Sweat.
The camera follows you out the window, where you can see one Bigby wolf standing out on the balcony, chain smoking cigarettes. There's a pile of butts on the balcony railing beside him, and he's glaring daggers across the room at what appears to be Snow White or Rose Red, or for some reason, Prince Charming has decided to show up this evening and is regaling them both in the story of one of his numerous conquests that he has had. The man has no social tact whatsoever. The camera sits on him for a bit, but no, this is not a story about Bigby Wolf, as it follows down a couple of stories as we see a woman. This woman has sweeping black hair, a dark complexion, is wearing a multitude of jewelry, but not too much that is not tasteful. Necklace, bracelet, bangles, has on a white tank top as well as a navy blazer. Looks like a nice casual going out wear. Is making eyes at either sides of the hallway and walks past a door that says 1303 on it. Maddie, this is Remembrance Day. Typically when you go out, you like to enjoy the freedom of not being noticed by just being a normal, ordinary cat. But for this evening, the mood has struck you to see what else is going on in the rest of Fabletown away from Remembrance Day. Where are you heading?
I feel like Maddie would be heading down to the Trip Trap on that one. Kind of wants a Bailey's martini, personally. Definitely does not want to see a very short, balding man. Will probably not make it comfortable for him. Probably might cause some ruckus and probably doesn't want to do that. Also wants to be out and about as herself. So she's going to be heading out towards that bar.
You make your way towards the elevator, and of course you walk right past it because it has a sign that says, "Out of order, please use stairs" on it. This seems to be a not too common occurrence, but it happens at least once a week. You can almost time it by your clock sometimes. Depends on what time of year it is. You make your way past it, down the steps. Walking down, down, down. And you pass by somebody. A man with sharp-looking features, has a full beard that is trimmed perfectly, is wearing a skull cap, as well as has what appears to be some prayer beads on his wrist. He is wearing what seems to be linen pants and a very stylish button-down silk shirt with a cardigan on top, wearing some what appears to be some Gucci slippers. The man has very, very good taste. Tortoiseshell glasses and brown eyes, chestnut brown eyes, a tan olive-like complexion. He passes by and he just looks at you and nods and says, "Sister," and keeps walking his way up the steps. And then he stops. He goes, "Excuse me,
Yes.
have I seen you before?
I don't recall. No.
Have you just moved into this building?"
Recently, I would say, yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure as well. You can call me M.
M, pleasure to meet you. My name is Vikram. It was nice to meet you.
Likewise.
if-
You're going to Remembrance Day, yes?
The foolish parties are not really my purview. There's a lot of debauchery that occurs there. One might call it haram.
Yes, it does tend to get a bit wild, but I'm kind of getting air on that one. Not my taste.
I have some friends of mine that celebrate on another day. We take our own kind of enjoyment from remembering, I suppose. I am keeping you from your plans. I apologize. It is a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure as well. You take care. She is going to... Can I channel for a moment on that one? Channeling my ability.
Yes, go ahead.
Let's see. So, I need to gather magic, people.
Yep.
Ooh, so I got an 8. But I choose from one of the below.
Okay.
And the below, I'm going to say I mark corruption on that one.
Perfect. You are marking your first corruption. Excellent. Excellent. Amazing. So you are going to be able to hold 3, and you are marking corruption. The hold lasts until you spend it or the scene, and we'll call this kind of the scene's end on this one. You continue walking down. Vikram, he looks at you, and he just gives a slight nod to you and says, it is a pleasure to meet you. I shall let you go." And you notice there is a slight glow behind his tortoiseshell glasses. They're not quite sunglasses, but they are tinted. And you notice a slight glow behind the lenses of one of them, as almost there is like a flame winking at you. And he turns and continues up the steps, seemingly headed to the 13th floor.
Okay. Can I... So, because I channeled. 'Cause
Okay.
It's for my spells. That's
Yes.
sort of like... So, can I... When he's passing by, does he have cufflinks?
He does not have. I would say okay for his. No, he's wearing a cardigan, but he does have buttons. He doesn't have cufflinks, but he does have buttons on the cardigan.
Can I... So I'm going to, while he's like talking to me, I'm going to like go up to him and adjust his shirt,
Okay.
but do a quick grab for, like just in passing, grab at a button.
Okay.
I was like, so like, nice outfit. You look very sharp on that one.
It is important, even though we live a modest life, it is important to take pleasures in those that do not tempt you here.
I I see. So she's gonna take that button, unless I have to roll to like be stealthy. On that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead. You're doing it for a spell, but go ahead and just give me a keep your cool, or actually, a
Would that
mislead,
Speed?
distractor, trick.
So that would be
That'd be mind. Yeah.
mind. Okay.
Yeah. Mislead, distractor, trick.
I got 13 on that one because I had a +1. So let go. So did it really quickly.
On a +10, pick 3. You create an opportunity, you expose a weakness or flaw, you confuse them for some time, you avoid further entanglement.
What was the second one?
You expose a weakness or flaw.
I'm gonna expose a weakness or flaw on that one.
Perfect. All right. And you get to pick 2 more, which we're gonna say you create an opportunity that is actually taking the button, so you get 1 more.
Okay, and then what was the third one?
You confuse them for some time.
I confused them for some time.
Perfect. When you do this, when you go up and adjust, his eyes are completely locked onto like yours. Like you're not even paying attention to what your hands are doing, and your nail deftly just grabs and snags a button off of this, what seems to be a Brooks Brothers cardigan. It's a very nice cardigan. Grabs it, and you just slide it into your pocket. And you get a closer look at his eyes. And I'm going to say, just because you are a very inherently magical being, and you have a lot of experience with this, and you rolled so well, exposing a weakness or a flaw, I can tell you that this certain person is a djinn. Is a djinn of old. You could tell by the characteristic, just the eyes that seem to be smoldering flames hidden behind glasses, and just how the voice seems like there are multiple voices when he's talking to you, but it's just one. It's kind of off-putting a little bit. Yeah.
What wonderful eyes you have, she says, and then pulls back. And she's going to activate tracking, since I pulled 3 on that one. So she has that in her pocket. So you have a good one with your friends, whoever you're meeting with. And have a good one.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay, take care. She smiles and then trots down the stairs.
And you trot down the stairs, leaving the woodland apartments, passing by trees where you see there's a couple that is making out underneath one of the trees. They seem to be young adults. It's Remembrance Day. People react to it differently as you walk out of the gates and you hear a jingling of coins that says, penny for your troubles. Oh, we got a knockout walking out over here. And you see a young man, dirty face, has a goatee, sideburns, is wearing a ratty red bandana that seems like it's covering up something, and is wearing very baggy pants that are covered by a blanket. Seems to be a very small person, around 5'3", 5'2", and is holding up a tin cup. And it says, joke for $, $.
Why not? And then she quickly reaches into her pocket and produces $1.
You go ahead and you produce $1 and you put it in the cup, and the guy goes, "Whoa! All right, what do you call Dolly Parton doing the backstroke?"
I'm pretty sure you're going to tell me.
"Islands in the stream." And he just goes, and there's no like cymbal crash. He goes, "Thank you, lady. Wait a minute. You look kind of familiar."
Oh, really? I don't believe we met before. Can I put a name to a face on that one?
Yeah, go ahead and put a name to a
What
face.
circle is that?
Put a name to a face. This is going to be the wild circle.
Okay. 8.
8. All right. Put a name to a face. So roll with their circle on a hit. You know the reputation. The MC will tell you what most people know about them. So you got an 8. Okay, perfect. This is Puck. one of the homeless people around that wander around Fabletown. Not a lot of his other compatriots from his homeland made it over, and so he has kind of fallen on hard times. He does not drink alcohol, but he has been known that he spends all the money that he receives on getting food, as well as a lot of drugs. Has formed a bit of a habit. But he typically has a shtick where he will do a dance, he will sing you a song, or he will tell a joke if you give him some money, which this has been a very raunchy joke about Dolly Parton that you have received.
For a moment, you like it seems like a lot goes through her face where it's like, oh man, this is unfortunate, but do I really want to deal with another joke right now or a song and dance? I don't think so. So she's just going to like go into her pocket slowly, pull out a 5.
Okay.
Give it to him and say, it's just you just have it. I don't want any more of what you're offering, please, for the love of God.
You want to pay me to shut up?
Yes, that's what this is. Thank you.
You got it, hot stuff. And you see him grab the 5, put it in the tin cup, and he just rolls over and pretends like you do not exist. And he's like, joke for a buck, buck for a joke. Come on, get a joke for a buck from good old Puck. And just keeps on chanting that as you walk on past down the street. You make your way towards the Trip Trap. There, the camera passes over you further down the street as we arrive to a nightclub. Hana, can you go ahead and describe what the outside of the borough looks like?
The outside is very just a traditional, like, bar, club. There's not a lot of windows. There's not a lot of signs. Just some basic shrubs and a very, like, large door.
Perfect.
A guard outside of the door.
It's very nondescript. Very nondescript. This bouncer is wearing a t-shirt with a white blazer, matching white cotton pants, and white slip-on shoes. He has on glasses that have red lenses in them, and he is touching his ear, listening to anything that's happening inside, and he is looking at a checklist. Remembrance Day is big money for you, Hana. It's really big money. We see there's a line of people lined up beside the borough, but we don't stop here. The camera keeps on moving through the door. We pass by a coat check into a secondary room where you pay your cover fee, as well as if you need to be set up with any kind of VIP section. We cross over inside of the borough as steps leading down into what seems to be a basement area that opens up into quite a cavernous area filled with bright lights, flashing lights, music. There is a dance floor right in the center. There's a VIP section that is a little bit further up from that overlooks the dance floor. There are tables around the dance floor, and there is a wide horseshoe style bar. There is a neon sign above the bar that says The Burrow, and you can tell in neon it is a fox coming out of a hole, running around, doing a tumble, and then going back in the hole, coming back out, running around. It's very intricate. Yes.
I would like to add one thing. If you watch it for a while, it seems like the fox has too many tails, or maybe it's just the way the neon works. It's hard to tell at first. Perfect. In the background, you can hear bass thumping as Slave to the Rhythm by Grace Jones is playing. There's smoke in the air, drinks are being passed around, there are nose beers being handed out towards the bathroom. It is the 80s, and everybody is having the time of their life. We pass by one group of tables as we go upstairs leading towards the office of what appears to be a bunch of bikers. There are definitely 1%ers, and they seem to be all about the same age, in their mid to late 20s. The top rocker patch of their vests, of their cuts, says The Lost. And then it says on the bottom, MC rocker patch, New York City. And in the very middle, there is a patch of what appears to be an alligator swirling in a pool. And you can see there's about 10 of them, and they are very, very rowdy. one starts looking at the other one and says, if you fucking say that about me one more time, I'm gonna tug those fucking ears off your head and I'm gonna shove them right up your ass. We pass over that up the stairs into an office where we see there is a circular hole. It's a window. It's a wide circular window. Almost is shaped like a moon. And we see a woman staring out of it. This woman has slightly pale skin. Hair is put up in a business-like bun with some bangs draped down on either side. Has jewelry, earrings, as well as a pendant, a necklace that suggests it seems to be like a 9-pointed star or something of that nature, and is also wearing clothes that are befitting of going out and being in the club, but not enjoying the club, running the club and running the business. Behind her, we hear some whimpering, we hear some knuckles cracking as we see there is a man sitting in a chair, being held down the chair. He is wearing a cut similar to the rest of the bikers downstairs that says The Lost on it, but he is wearing a green beanie that is off the back of his cap. He has reddish hair, and he has a mustache, red mustache, trying to look a little bit tougher than he really is. And he spits out a tooth as there is a bruise starting to form on the side of his face. Hana, he's looking directly at the back of you, saying, look, Hana, I promise, okay? Me and the boys downstairs, we are going to get that shipment for you that you needed for I don't even know who you need it for, but... Oh, fuck, please don't hit me again, buddy. All right? Okay, I promise you. Look, I swear on pixie dust and everything.
She raises her hand up for him to hit him again.
Goes ahead immediately. You raise your hand up, and he's like, "Look, I swear on pixie dust and everything." And one of your guards just slips on a brass knuckles to another fist because the other one is starting to get swollen, and just cracks him real quick in the jaw from the side. And you just hear a soft crack, and he goes, "Oh, fuck! Huh, huh, huh. Oh."
What did I tell you about excuses?
You fucking hate excuses. I fucking know. I'm sorry. It's just that warehouse is locked down tighter than a fucking penitentiary. And then there's just another crack on the other side as you see the other guard punches him on the other side. And you hear another crack as the jaw sets itself in place. And he goes, "Oh, fuck!"
All fixed now. Like our shipment will be soon, correct?
"Yeah, me and the boys will be on it first thing in the morning." And then you hear a crack of a knuckle, and you say, "The boys are gonna be on it as soon as I get out of here, okay?"
That's when she turns around and you see her eyes flash golden. And then back. Excellent. Well then, we have nothing else to discuss, do we?
No, you're right. I'll get going. And you see, wearing ratty jeans, a flannel shirt underneath the cut, kind of skinny, but kind of twinky, this guy, Peter Pan, stands up and makes his way out of your office to head down to his cohorts that are down below.
Right before he leaves, I'm gonna get kind of close, and in a low growl, you hear, "Don't upset me again."
I'm going to have you go ahead and make a move for me, okay?
Cool. What's the move?
What's the move? We are going to do a... We are going to do a... Oh my goodness.
Eat him.
Persuade an NPC seems to be the basic one, yeah.
Okay, and what is that? What's that roll?
That is going to be a heart roll.
Heart. Heart? I wouldn't mind. Okay. So I rolled 2d6, right?
Yep.
And then what I'm doing, take the highest or add them together?
Add them together.
So that'd be a 9 total?
9 total? Okay, perfect. All right. He looks at you, and you make a threat, and he like kind of massages his jaw, And he goes, look, you're gonna get your shipment tonight, and I'm not gonna disappoint you again, but I'm telling you, you can't keep knocking around people like this, or people are gonna cause a stink, alright?
Are you going to cause a stink?
I didn't say me, but there are other people around that might cause a bigger stink if they know what you're doing.
Well then, guess they won't have to find out. And she's going to like put a hand on his shoulder and like pat it twice, and then turn around and walk back to her desk.
You can feel him slightly shudder as he steps out of the room and heads downstairs. One of your guards, we're going to call him Alec, slips off brass knuckles and unwraps the fist wraps that he had on his hands that are kind of bloody, and you can see him massaging, and you see that his hands are already starting to heal themselves a little bit. And he goes, Miss Hana, you have an appointment with one Georgie coming up as well.
Thank you. What do I know about Georgie? Is this going to be a violent violent meeting, or?
Go ahead and roll me a, put a name to a face. Or a face to a name. Roll with their circle. Georgie's circle is going to be Mortalis. So you're going to roll with their circle on your sheet.
I rolled 2 6s.
2 6s.
Plus
Yum.
0. So just a straight 12.
Straight 12. Okay.
I'm a monster.
You've dealt with them before, learned something interesting or useful about them, or they owe you a debt, your choice. So do you want to learn something interesting that nobody else would know about Georgie, or do you want to? Of
course I do.
Okay, perfect. All right. So Georgie is the manager of one Puddin' and Pie. It is a strip club that is down the street from the borough. His name is, in fact, Georgie Porgy, Puddin' and Pie from the nursery rhyme. He is a British bloke that likes to be a little bit too forceful and aggressive with different people, especially women. He runs a tight ship on at his club, and he is a bit of an asshole to work with. The important information for you to know is Georgie is an asshole, and Georgie is not liked by anybody, but Georgie still runs a very popular club because Georgie has connections with somebody that is untouchable. Now, it's not public information quite yet on who that might be, but there's a suspicion that it's somebody from the homelands that had a tight grip. Might even be the adversary himself. And that's why Georgie gets to be a total asshole and do whatever the fuck he wants, apparently.
Okay, awesome. I hate him.
Good way to go about that. The door opens as somebody lets in a gentleman wearing jeans, a tank top with fucking suspenders on. He's wearing a bowler cap that's tilted forwards. He has multiple tattoos, including there's some that have different fruits on. There's a chest piece that says "Kiss the Girl" across his chest, and he's got a teardrop tattoo right here, as well as a big Union Jack on his left shoulder. And he goes, "Aye, Hana. Well, it's a great pleasure to be seeing you all right here, love." And he goes ahead and he sits down and sits in the chair across from your desk and puts his boots up on your desk. And he goes, "Everything going all right in the business here, love?"
I'm gonna look at his boots and look at him. And point. The boots don't go on the desk.
"Oh, pardon me, love. I'm so sorry. I know that you like to keep things tidy around here." And he goes ahead and takes his boots down, and he just kind of like leans back, and he grabs from the corner of his ear. He grabs what seems to be a joint of some kind. He goes, "Fancy a spliff?"
I only spoke my own, but thank you.
"You lost." And he goes ahead and lights it and goes, "So, how can one Georgie of the Puddin' and Pie be helping you this evening? We have a Actually, no. That's right. I've got a favor I've got to ask of you, love."
Yes, you are the one who scheduled this appointment, so what could I do to help you this evening?
"Well, it's not really me, it's really one of my associates is looking for something that's quite quite hard to get their hands on, love.
Are you gonna tell me what it is?
Alright, so what we're looking for is a sword.
Sword, any sword, long sword, broadsword, short sword.
Think of like a saber, maybe, more or less like it. A scimitar kind of style. Curved blade, has a decorative jeweled handle, seems to have a snake handle built into it, something that we're looking for. And trust me, I've gone to all the other shops, all the other blokes around here, and the lasses as well. Don't even get me started on that woman. And, can't seem to grab it. See, I'm not really a sword kind of bloke here, but my associate is paying top dollar for this, and I was gonna be able to cut you in on the deal.
So if you're coming to me, does sword have a name?
Oh, okay, let me see here. He's going to go ahead and rifle around in his pockets, and he is going to go ahead and pull up a sheet of paper, and he's like, Falak, F-A-L-A-K. I don't know how to... Look, I speak English, and I speak the Queen's English, alright? Perfect. Alright, so we'll cut you in. How does 10 sound?
She doesn't even say anything, she just stares at him. And then, like, slowly lights a cigarette.
Oh, love, you drive a hard bargain, okay? Maybe 12.
Doesn't say anything.
Go ahead and roll Persuade an NPC for me, please.
Put more shit in heart. 9.
9. He
10.
goes,
Plus
10
heart.
Plus heart. 10. Perfect. He looks at you and he goes, I should have known walking into this place that you don't do anything less for 20, okay? How does 25 sound, love?
I'll look into it. Get back to you.
Perfect. Beautiful. Know that we can work together. Speaking of which, I have some new girls coming in to the club soon. Would love to get your, if you want to do a little bit of a collaboration or something, maybe? You know, small businesses working together and all that.
I feel like our business is included here and you can show yourself out.
I do love how you bite, hon. I do love how you bite. And he drops the spliff, and then he stamps his Chelsea boots out on it. And he goes, Hannah, good to see ya. Boys, bloody as ever. And he goes and just walks on out the door and walks into the rest of the club, cutting us back to Amin and Vera. Amin and Vera, you've made your way back to Vera's shop. Can you please describe me what is the name of Vera's shop and what does it look like on the outside and the inside as we're walking through the door?
Okay, so Vera's Bits and Bobs is a little antique shop, pretty unassuming from the outside. It's got like a wooden painted sign hanging at the front that's got written in, you know, like these blue and purple letters, and just like one like light on the outside that sort of barely keeps it illuminated, and then it's like a loft or like a brownstone where it's got like the upstairs, downstairs, shop downstairs. She lives upstairs. And when you go inside, it is kind of chaotic, very much like the antique shop vibe where there's just stuff stacked on other stuff, sorted. She has a system where she knows where everything is, but it wouldn't make sense if she tried to explain it out loud. She just kind of knows. But the only thing that maybe another Fable could pick up on is the sections that are clearly like, this is stuff that like Mundies have brought in and traded versus some of the stuff from that Fables have brought in. The stuff that Mundies brought in is more at the front, as well as like at the counter. It's the stuff that's like going to be more eye-catching to like the most customers that come in. But if you're looking for something that maybe one of your fellow Fables has traded in, you could find it in the, you know, back towards where like the books are. There's a section of stuff, or sort of kind of stashed throughout in different places.
Perfect.
Yeah, there's like a counter with a boombox. There's not like a speaker system. She just like has a boombox there that she has to like adjust the volume on when people come in to make it louder. But then as they come towards the register, she has to turn it down so she can hear them. And then there is an electric tea kettle that is like always ready to go. And the one part of the store that's like spotlessly organized is all the different like assortments of tea that she has stocked, which is actually probably how she makes most of her money daily, is people coming in to get a little to-go cup of tea on their way to work.
Absolutely cozy and quaint. I mean, you're led through the stacks and jumble of items here in this shop. Are you taking him just to the counter, or are you taking him back to the counter?
I think she goes upstairs, but she stops. She's like, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I'm not the sort of woman who's taking strange men up into my boudoir.
Oh,
but
no. Yeah, absolutely.
All
I've
right,
never been
well.
here before. This is an interesting place.
Thank you. Interesting is what I'm going for. And she opens the door.
Mission accomplished.
Thank you very much. And she'll go, there's like, it's basically, this part is like a studio apartment. Bed, kitchen, all of it's pretty well organized. A couple like big cases that seem pretty sturdy, pretty heavy, but they're locked with padlock. And then there is a door to the side, and you can kind of see like there's like sawdust or something coming out of there. That would be her workshop, but she's just gonna take you like to the kitchen or the bathroom and get like some ice and a rag and start.
Perfect. This doesn't take much time. You have some time to look around the shop, things of that nature. There's a lot of bit of oddities and odds and ends in the store. Some that might stand out. As you come back and you start like getting a rag and everything to dot Amin's head, the bell dings as the front door of the store.
I'll be right back. Let me go see. I should have locked up behind us. Sorry. I'm all over the
It's
place
fine.
today.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can
I
make
nearly
yourself
hit
at
you with
home.
the car.
Oh, but you did it.
I suppose.
And
I
I can promise you I've been hit by worse, and I'm gonna go downstairs and leave Amin up there to like get cleaned up while I go. So sorry, we're closed. We'll be open tomorrow around 8:30.
As you say 8:30, you come out and you see who's standing in your shop. You see three gentlemen. One is 6'4", bald, pale skin, piercing blue eyes. Then you also see two other gentlemen. They seem to be of the equal height, but they're only 6 foot tall, bald, piercing blue eyes. The tall one has a beard, blonde, a little bit of flecks of red in it, and the other two have matching mustaches. One is black and the other one is red, fiercely red. They are all three wearing what appears to be like purple blazers with matching cotton pants and slip-on shoes. Each have different colored T-shirts, though. The one in the lead is wearing a white one. The one with the black mustache has a light blue shirt, and the one with the red mustache has a pink shirt that are all tucked in. And the one in the front looks at you and goes, "Are you the? Is this the Vera's Bits and Bobs?"
It will be tomorrow at 8:30, maybe 8 o'clock if I don't stay out too late tonight. But
Very good.
Right now, it's just my home, so I would ask that you leave.
Oh, I am sorry. Is store closed?
Yes, which was actually the first thing I said to you as I came down the stairs. But that's all right.
Looks at the
roll?
red mustached one and like what appears to be some kind of Eastern European language, whispers to each other, and the other one looks at you. You're trying to roll something.
I think so.
Okay.
Now, this can be different because I know the put a name to a face.
Yeah. Put a face to a name.
Face to a name.
Yeah, or vice versa. Yeah.
However it's written.
Yeah.
There's no way of knowing.
Yeah.
I can roll that. But is that a move that's dependent on, like, if these people aren't from Fabletown, that move doesn't really work?
Yeah, because they don't really have, like,
Okay,
they're not really
that's
part
fine.
of a circle.
I have a variation on that move that I can use, but I didn't think that it would necessarily
Yes. I will allow you to go ahead and roll a basic move, though. You can go figure someone out. What did you get?
I rolled 2 1s.
Fantastic. Fantastic. You have never seen these gentlemen before. And you are not in the same circle as them. So, yes. He looks at you as you're trying to study, and he goes, apologies. English is not my first language, so takes a little bit for me to process. I'm certain there's very important business that we need to take care of. Our employer says that we must get this taken care of very quickly. We can make it very lucrative for you if you just give us a moment of your time. And you see the other two start walking and looking at random things. They look like they're looking for something specific in the shop.
All right, yeah.
I mean, you can hear this
here.
exchange happening, by the way.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I can make time if it seems it'll be worth my while. And then I'm going to actually come back. I'll get the kettle on, and I'm gonna, instead of letting those two guys wander my fucking store, I'm going to. There's a section set up by the cashier that's just like whatever old, like couches, sofa, love seats, whatever. There's like a section of a couple of those, and I'm just fully entertaining. Perfect. And I'm going to put the kettle on and have them seated. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a heart roll. It's kind of like persuade an NPC, but just kind of for comfort.
Okay. That's a 9 + 2. We're back in it, babes.
We're back in it. 11. Actually, like the lead gentleman goes, "Oh, this is very. You have whole tea room. Oh, very good. Thank you. This is very nice. Typically, there are people when I deal with them in my line of work. They're like yelling and shouting and how do you say?
Oh dear, no, we don't need to get into all of that. Careful on that sofa though, because the woman I purchased it from, and she had no proof of authenticity for this, but she did say it once belonged to Thomas Jefferson's cousin. If you're
cousin, Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson's cousin.
Yeah.
I shall stand instead.
They said that it was similar to a different chair that was at Monticello at one time after his passing. So.
God damn it. As you're like doing that and getting everything cozy and ready, Amin, are you doing anything in the scene?
I am creeping.
Okay.
Trying to see what the hell is going on. I don't want to be involved in this because it's not my place. I also don't want to get Vera into more trouble if this is trouble.
Okay.
I don't really have a good read on the situation yet. So.
All right. Go ahead and roll me. Let's just do a mind roll. Mislead, distract, or trick. Just to see if you were able to still pay attention but not make things worse.
That's a total of 5.
Hey, yo! You are...
So do I hear?
You are like getting ready and everything like that, and you're looking mighty stressed here, Vera, because...
Hoarder's place? I don't know.
And like Amin is like kind of poking his head out, and you can see like holding up like the ice bag and everything like that. And you lock eyes with Amin. You can see him.
I just give a little smile. I don't think Vera is like. I think Vera's mostly annoyed.
You get a smile from Vera, and then you hear a, "Oh yeah, hey," from a little bit behind you, Vera. You see the guy with the black mustache was looking through different hats you have,
and he turns and he sees Amin, and you see him reach into, and in Russian,
Oh my goodness!
he's
No,
reaching
you're
into
gonna
his
get the wrong
pocket.
idea. I swear, I'm not the kind of woman who's bringing strange men back to my apartment late at night. See, I mean, I
don't think I'm
told you.
strange. I'm
No,
just
well, no, I mean,
confessed.
a
In
stranger
Russian,
to
he
me.
goes, please move them out, and then you see the big guy like stick his head and like he has to duck his head a little bit as he walks back out, and he goes, what is the meaning of this? Is there something wrong? Vasilia, please. And in Russian, he's like telling him to calm down. He looks over and goes, oh, you should have just said there is gentleman suitor here. We would have.
Oh my. All right. Well,
It's not like that.
it's.
I almost hit her with a car.
You almost hit me with a. They're not gonna believe that.
It is
All
okay.
right.
All right. You are trying to be good host. We are just been sent here to look for certain item. We are going to different stores to find it. We are trying to find it is a scroll of some sort. It's a cylindrical tube. Has interesting writing on outside of it. It is how do you say ancient golden tube housing old paper. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think-
there's plenty of those around here across the times.
The the red mustached guy, because he is bald, comes back around, and then in like a kind of like a Toady kind of voice goes like, but in Russian to the Vasily guy goes, says something in Russian to him, and Vasilia responds back, and then the tall guy goes, please, and in Russian tells him to calm down.
Do I know if we have a scroll like that?
No. You have not
We
received
don't?
a scroll. Like, no.
Oh,
You've received
well-
scrolls, but nothing that has like a
Yeah,
golden
okay.
tube or anything.
Well, gentlemen, this night has become a little awkward, as you can see, for this. But I can make your night really easily. And actually, you know what? And she starts taking their cups and putting them into to-go cups for them. Milk, sugar, vodka,
Vodka?
honey. I have honey.
Honey?
Vodka.
Vodka, honey, lemon is good. Please.
Oh, okay, so here is the thing. I did have lemon, but they were in my groceries, and with the car accident sort of knocked
Is
them across.
good. We understand.
All right.
I'm
We
sorry.
are-
That would be my fault. The audience.
We should here. If
And I make a
scroll
little to-go like tea,
tea and everything like that.
I pour a shot of vodka. I actually pour one shot in, and I look at him, and then I pour another shot in,
And he just nods.
and then put the lid on and slide it over.
He reaches into his jacket pocket. Almost
And I-
everything that he does,
Behind
it's a
the
very big
pocket.
guy, so everything he does looks menacing. And he
I'm
goes,
looking for the strap instantly as
Yeah.
he does that. I'm like,
and you see him just pull out a silver case, and he pops it open, and he grabs a card, and he goes, "My associate will be very interested if you are looking, if you come across said scroll. Would you please give call on phone number?"
Oh, of course, yes. And if you could just, and I know you guys are working on his schedule. But if you guys, again, 8:30 in the morning, usually when we open up, and I'm truly happy to help you out. But if you could let him know sort of those hours of operations, and I'm writing like I caught their names while they were all talking to each other, and I'm writing their names on their coffee cups. And putting a little heart, dotting like eyes with hearts or whatever.
I
and
will
just
say
handing them.
you got Vasilia, you've got Piotr, which is the red mustached one. You
I
did
didn't
not
get the other
You didn't
one?
get the big guy's name though.
Oh, but he's the one handing me the card.
He's the one handing you the card. Yeah.
All right. Oh, and I did not catch your name.
My name, dear lady. And he takes the teacup from your hand, and he looks right into your eyes. He goes, "You shall call me Masha."
Masha?
Masha. And just
All
sips
right.
while he stares directly into your eyes.
There is like and not in a threatening way, just a surprisingly like firm grip on the teacup when he goes to take it from
Yeah.
me. No resistant, but just the fact like
has to pull to get it. And
pulls
just-
it for a
yeah.
second, and then I will hand the pen to him so he can write his name on it if he wants.
He just squints at you, grabs, and just...
That way they don't get mixed up on your drive or wherever you're headed.
Very convenient. Is good.
Should I leave?
No!
Oh no! Well, you're
Gentleman suitor, you should stay here. We shall be making our way away now. Just be sure, if you come across said item, leave it a call, a message for Masha.
Of course, Masha.
See you again, Vera. Mustachioed suitor. And he turns, and, like, they both, like, look and they nod at you, Vera, and they both turn on a dime and follow him out.
I straighten the hat rack back up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so headed out to a party then. I was probably about to make my way out, but maybe one for the road, and I'll pour shots for myself and Amin as I'm cleaning out.
As soon as you're done pouring, it's just like to the face. Is this normal for your store?
No, not normal for the store, but nothing I can't handle or haven't handled.
Perfect.
I thought they were going to shoot me, and then I would have had to shoot them, and then it would have been a debacle.
Oh, no, and then there's so much glass in here. It's a nightmare.
I was not really thinking
hoping
about
we could have
glass,
settled
I'm
it on the
thinking about
street like
getting shot.
gentlemen.
What?
What was that?
Just settle on the street. You're an interesting character, Miss Vera.
I'm saying there's a right way and a wrong way to conduct this sort of thing. And
I apologize for the lemons.
oh no, it's really.
Is there
fine.
any way I
I'll-
can give you a recompense? I do have money.
Oh, don't worry. I mean, we're headed out. You can buy me a drink. You are headed to the party at the Trip Trap, correct? I just sort of assumed.
Is that the no?
There's a party
No,
at the
I'm
Trip
going
Trap.
I'm going much fancier than that. Would
Oh,
you, actually,
all right.
Would you like to join me?
Which
Do you have something very nice?
something
Like,
very
not
nice?
regular
Oh,
nice. Incredibly nice.
I don't think I've bought anything nice. No. I don't think I've bought anything nice. Hold on. And Vera's gonna go and she's gonna go, you're not a suitor though.
No.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify. I didn't want you to get the wrong idea about sort of the situation. And she's gonna open a trunk and she's gonna start and just throwing at Amin different like vintage dresses that have been different states of like mothballs and stuff that she
definitely
could
not
put
that. Oh my
on
God, my
and probably
grandmother
settle
does.
on like a 1960s like mod style thing that's like 2 decades out of fashion.
You could make this work.
Perfect. And as you get ready to head to Amin's party, the camera is going to pan slowly to the countertop where Vera set down the card. And
Oh, I put that. I have a little Rolodex.
oh, you put
of business cards.
it's sitting in the Rolodex, and it's sitting out, and we see on it is a plain off-white with raised lettering. There is nothing but one word and a series of numbers. The word being, and I'm going to drop it in the chat here so you all know it too, and it's probably not going to catch up on the fucking subtitles, but you know. Klamushka. And underneath it, it says 555-666-1812 as the number.
Actually, before we head to the Woodland Apartments, can we stop by the Trip Trap just for a quick drink, and so I can let I was gonna meet a friend there. Just let him know that we are off to the big party.
Yes, absolutely.
Great, awesome.
And
I'm expected to be fashionably late. Is fine.
perfect.
All right.
Perfect. And we move away from the scene, and the camera follows alongside Buffkin. Buffkin, you have a bottle of wine in hand. You've also
Promise of 2 more.
with a promise of 2 more. But that bottle of wine is going to run out soon.
Yeah.
You've been told explicitly that you need to be anywhere but the Woodland Apartments. Where are you going?
The Woodland Apartments.
You go the Woodland Apartments. Well, luckily you are there, but you can't go to the penthouse. Ichabod Crane does not need to see you. So,
It's fine.
where are you headed? Where do you think is a good place that Buffkin would go to drink and enjoy his evening?
Oh man. Let's see. Because he considered going home for a minute.
But it's Remembrance Day, baby.
It's Remembrance Day. We gotta. I think I have an idea. What's Colin up to? MC, what's Colin up to?
Oh,
The Three Little Pigs.
Okay. You start floating down the windows, and you go ahead and you check out the one window where you think you might know exactly where Colin is at. It is the apartment to one Bigby Wolf. You peek your head inside the window and you see the apartment in a state of disrepair. There is a TV that is on. It seems like Johnny Carson is doing something. He's in the tail end of his run on The Tonight Show. There is smoke filled in the room. You can hear some clinking, and you see a big pot-bellied pig sitting in a chair watching Johnny Carson, just going, stupid kid on a ball. And he just ashes a little bit of cigarette ash on the carpet of Big B's apartment.
Real quick retcon. He is going to stop by home for a second.
Okay.
He needs to grab something.
Perfect.
But what he grabs is he's not going to knock on a window.
Okay.
He's going to announce his presence, specifically with a small boombox
Okay.
and the song "Shake Your Groove Thing" by Peaches and Herb. And show me how we moving now. And hoping and just like downing like the last part of the bottle of wine.
That starts playing. You see like a what the fuck is that? And then like the potbelly pig rolls off of the chair and hits the ground. There's a bit of a thud, and you see it stand up, and he goes, Buffkin.
Colin
Goes over to the window. You go ahead and open it up, and he goes, buddy, what the hell are you doing out here with a boombox?
Well, I was actually initially going to have a party of one, and I figured that since we were both not invited to the original big party, that we should party together.
We could party together. I'm feeling that. Bigby's got a bunch of that cheap booze in here that he definitely needs. The guy's always holding out on his roommate.
Of course, absolutely. He's got all the connections after all, so.
Perfect. You know what? I'll go ahead and get my dancing shoes on. I'll meet you downstairs, buddy.
You got it. And he flies down.
You fly down toward the front of the Woodland Apartments. You see Puck doing his normal, joke. A buck for Puck gets you a joke or something like that. Chanting out somebody. You do see a little bit further down the street, there are some police lights flashing, and there is like a wrecker.
Turns it down a little bit.
Yeah. There's like a tow truck that drives past that has a wrecked Audi Sportster on it, on the back of it.
Puck, did you see any of that?
You got $1? You can roll the persuaded NPC.
We can. Yeah. Is that hard again?
Yes.
Yeah, 7.
7. He goes, you give me a nip of that wine and I'll go ahead and tell you everything you want to know, kiddo.
Well, we're going out anyway, so.
Going out, huh? You gonna need a glamour or something? And he takes a sip. And he just goes, going out? Gonna need a glamour or something? I mean, wait, you going out? Can I come along? And he goes ahead and takes
I don't know if it's
another
really
sip of the bottle.
your scene. I mean, we're kind of playing it by ear, Puck. I mean, I don't know.
I completely understand. You have plans. I don't want to step in on them. He takes another sip from the bottle. He goes, yeah, so with the police lights and everything, yeah, some car crashed into the street and something like that. I heard some people
Really?
talking. It's kind of far off, though, yeah. But, yeah, apparently a tow truck came and picked it up and everything like that. Pretty nice car, as you can see, and then takes another sip from the bottle.
Shame. I hope everyone's okay.
You know, if it's one of us, then they'll just dust it off and then, you know, walk it off and it'll be fine. Don't want to be the owner of that car, though. That seemed like some pretty hefty damage. Goes ahead and takes another sip from the bottle.
Yeah, no, of course. This is why I don't drive.
Makes sense.
Not that I would need to, but you get the idea.
Absolutely. So, about the glamour, because I could cook something up for you, you know, old Uncle Puck.
Nah, it's okay. I can create my own if I need one.
Colin walks through the gates and goes, oh shit, Puck, you smell awful. You gave Puck your wine? And he goes, yeah, he's so generous. Isn't that right, Buffkin? He takes another sip from the wine. There's about a third of it left.
I suppose I did.
He goes, yeah, you're such a good cat. It's a happy Remembrance Day. I don't even drink this stuff, but you know, it kind of tastes like home. Especially this vintage. Really good year.
I'm a monkey?
That you are. That you are. Cheers, Buffkin.
Cheers.
Colin goes, so where are you thinking? You want to hit up the burrow, do some dancing? We can go to the pudding pie. I grabbed Big B's wallet. He left it in his apartment because he said he didn't need it.
Really?
So we've got about $120 here.
Oh, man. Why don't we do both? A little bit of bar hopping.
A little bit of bar hopping. We can start at the Trip Trap, go see Holly, and then we can head our way to the burrow, huh?
Oh, but what about, I don't know. Last time we were there wasn't so hot. You think everything's okay over there?
How about this? We just skip the Trip Trap because what fucking woodsman or somebody's gonna start a fucking fight or something. We make our way to the burrow, okay?
You know what? No. It's Remembrance Day. We have to at least just we get it. We go in and we just get a temperature of the place.
Okay.
See how we're feeling it.
Okay.
And then make a call then.
Exactly.
Because imagine what happens if it's like there's like amazing stories and like things explode and we just miss all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Just not acceptable on this particular day.
Mm-hmm. He says, okay, great. I'm gonna need you to grab some stuff that I dragged down here though. It's in one of Bigby's bags. I got a couple bottles of booze, and his wallet's in there too. I would carry it, but, and he looks down at himself and he is a pig on all fours.
But then my flying hurts when I have to carry this much stuff.
You know what? There's a bottle of booze in for you.
You know how to speak my language.
I'm speaking your language, Buffy. You know, you make a really good wingman.
That's a really awful pun.
And you two walk and start heading towards the Trip Trap for a temperature check. Which brings us to Maddie. Maddie, you are headed towards the Trip Trap. Are you going to go in through the back entrance or are you going to go in through the front entrance?
Entrance, that seems about right for her.
The back entrance. You make your way, and as you move past the front, you see there is a sign that says the Trip Trap, stairs leading down into. It's one of those bars that are in like the basement of a brownstone area, and it's a little bridge with a goat standing on top of it that says the Trip Trap on the front of it, and you see a guy that is just staring at the street. Just swaying, smoking a cigarette, but he has not pulled it up to his lips. He seems very inebriated. He's blonde, has a ponytail, is wearing a denim vest, a white t-shirt, some really nice pair of Wranglers that look really good on him, and some cowboy boots. And he's just kind of like swaying and staring out the street.
Sade talking. Would I know this is Jack?
This is definitely.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make you roll a face to a name. This is definitely Jack.
So, like, Maddie is, like, strolling to go to the back door, sees Jack swaying.
Mm-hmm.
Really doesn't want to interact with him at all, but is also a little concerned. Walks up to him and like
stands in front of him. He's mumbling to himself. So he's like, "Baby, don't lose my number. You're not anywhere.
Hey,
and I can't." Hey,
you good?
Who's? Do I know you? Oh my God! Somebody's gotta smoke this.
Do you need someone to call you a cab or something, or do you need water?
You got any water?
I mean, there's a bar right there.
He turns around. I made it!
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Jack. I don't think I've seen you around here before. I'm kind of like a higher up here around Fabletown and stuff like that. You new in town?
Not really. But everyone knows who you are, Jack.
Everybody, hey, with a face like me, you make a mean cup of tea. You go inside Trip Trap?
Yes.
You like karaoke?
No.
No?
No, thank you.
Okay. You like
yes.
like being sung to? I could sing you a ditty. You just heard me singing some Phil Collins.
How about this? I would very much appreciate if you got some water in you, and then we can have a discussion. You can call me M. How about that?
M. I like it. That's like that James Bond stuff. Dial M for murder. Got it. Yeah. I jumped over a candlestick one time.
Everyone knows what your exploits and your information and everything about your stories, Jack. Everyone.
Let's try again. I climbed a beanstalk.
I know that one too.
I'm really good at jumping.
And then she just like slides her hand through his arm.
Yeah.
And she's also going to take a button off
Perfect.
of his, but she's not gonna use it. She's just gonna like pocket it.
I'm not even gonna make you roll. You grab a pin off of his denim vest. It's a smiley face pin that you just go ahead and grab off of his denim vest. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. He's inebriated beyond fucking all recognition. He's like, hey, taking my arm. I feel like the prettiest girl at the ball. I was just at the Burrow earlier, and that place was jumping. There was some bikers in there. It was crazy.
It is a really awesome place. I know the owner there.
You
Nice.
trying to go to the Woodlands? I got a +1. And Rose is so mad at me right now. So I can't really. Need a date?
She like taps his chest, like, how about that water first? We'll have a discussion.
Water sounds so good right now. Let me tell you, you're so nice to me. And you go ahead and you lead him inside the bar. Rolling back round to the burrow. Hana. One of your associates, not Alex, let's call this one Hank, comes in. All of your associates have a similar kind of style. They either have a buzz cut or they are bald. They wear the white suits with the shirts with the red sunglasses. It's kind of a standard. They want to be seen. They want to stand out in the crowd just in case anybody needs to call on them, they can. He comes over and he goes, that is the last of your appointments there, Miss Hana. Is there anything else that we can do for you, or you can go and enjoy Remembrance Day?
No, that'll be all. Enjoy your Remembrance Day. Thank you. And she's going to hand him an envelope, a little extra for everyone tonight.
Thank you. You're quite generous. She takes it with both hands, does a bow, and says, you're quite generous. Thank you so much. I hope you have a happy Remembrance Day, and should you need anything, be sure to call us.
Lock up on your way out. Or lock up my office on your way out.
Of course. Goes ahead, pockets the envelope, and starts tidying up. Grabs a bucket and a mop to wipe up the leftovers of Peter Pan, and gets to work on cleaning that. And you make your way down the steps. Where are you headed?
She's going to make her rounds around the bar, like going to the VIP section, greeting people, giving out free drinks, like the bar shit.
Perfect. Go ahead and just give me a mind check, please. 7. Okay. There's something in the back of your mind, Georgie, Porgy, the whole sword business is kind of sticking with you, but you make your way rounds to the bar. The bartender's doing great. It's quite busy here tonight. The Lost Boys have been escorted out by Peter Pan,
They had left a mess in that section, but there is a hostess that is on her way of cleaning it up and things of that nature. The VIP section is reserved for tonight. It has not been pulled into yet. There's nobody there. You can see there are people that are eyeing it, though, expectantly, wondering who's supposed to be VIP tonight. You would know that VIP for tonight is somebody that is very, very, very... The word I'm looking for is probably popular. It's very popular amongst the underworld of Fabletown. They are a very private person, but they enjoy having their time in the sun. You are going to be host to one Humpty Dumpty, who has decided to make his way into your club. Newly reformed Humpty Dumpty just got back from surgery, is feeling himself, and so he's decided to grab a couple of friends and essentially take care of your bills for the night, for Remembrance Day.
I make sure that there are extra seating and extra padding in the area, just in case Humpty is known to be quite...
We'll see if he leaves all the king's horses at home this time. You make your way towards the rounds when a gentleman that is bald, has a blonde mustache, wearing a purple matching suit top and a suit bottom with black loafers, and is wearing a red t-shirt, walks up directly to you.
I think if the second he gets within like 2 feet of me, you see 2 suited men just like come very close to swarming.
He is, in Russian, says equivalent to take it easy, take it easy. I'm delivering a message. And he points to his jacket. Opens it, reaches in, pulls out a folded piece of paper with a business card attached to it with a paper clip, and hands it and says, "For you," in Russian.
I take it and read it.
It is a request for an item, a golden scroll with weird writing on the outside of the cylinder that houses it. Ancient paper. There is a person that is looking for it. A hefty price of $50,000 will be yours if you can find it. You just have to call the number 555-666-1812. Ask for Klamushka.
Question for you. Out of character. Is this the same person who hired me for a different thing earlier?
No.
So it's not the same person who's hired me to find a similar item?
Nope. This is from a very different person.
Okay, I don't say anything. I just take it and fold it and put it in my jacket pocket. Is that all?
He says in Russian, "Thank you so much, beautiful club. I have to go." And then he does like a little bow and then turns and walks out of the club.
Okay.
Perfect. Where are you going now? You've checked on everybody. Everything seems to be going well. Security goes back to what they're doing. Are you going to be hanging out at the club all night, or are you going to be heading to Woodland Apartments or somewhere else?
I think I would end up hanging out at the club all night, but now that I have this letter, I might go down to my secret part of the basement.
Okay, secret part of the basement. Excellent. Where would the secret door to your secret part of the basement be held?
So in my head, okay, so there's the upstairs of the establishment, which is like a bar.
Yeah.
And then you go downstairs and it's like the club.
Yeah.
I have an office like upstairs, like the club levels, multiple levels, and I have like my office overviews the whole thing.
Yes.
So there's gonna be 2 entrances, one directly through my office and one off the side of the bar.
Yes.
And so I'll just go off the side of the bar through like a staff entrance and then down a secret door.
Staff entrance, and we'll say that the staff entrance just because I like the idea of this imagery. If you've seen the show Atlanta with Donald Glover, it's like the fire escape, the fire alarm. Go ahead and press the button, and that's the door that opens for the staff. And you go ahead and go inside and make your way down to it is a supposedly sealed off door, but you've got a key for it. You open it up and you go inside. And describe this room for us, please.
It is a small room that, like, it looks kind of dingy. It looks kind of gross. The light flickers.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a minute, and then your eyes kind of adjust, and you realize this room is massive.
Mm-hmm.
And it is almost like an underground warehouse. If you've seen, like, Warehouse 13,
Yes.
it's that kind of idea, where it's like this really messy office full of, like, antiquities and old paperwork and dust and everything, and then you just see rows and rows of, like, stuff.
Perfect.
One of the things that you would notice when you walk in, that a weird shimmer happens when you walk in. This room is protected. You can't quite do all your normal magic stuff here.
Perfect. You go into this room. You've got the sheet of paper, this business card and everything, and what are you looking for?
I am going to pull out my books
Okay. The ledgers
and look
everything.
at a recent acquisition request from.
Okay.
That's very similar to this one.
You see a recent acquisition request. It's been a couple of months since the request was put in, but it is a request for a 30K acquisition cut in for a golden scroll container with weird writing on it with a scroll inside. It has been requested that you do not call if you find any information. You will have to go to one of his offices personally. But he does not have an office. It's not one of the offices in Fabletown. You have to bring it to one of the places near Midtown for one Bluebeard.
And between the two descriptions, it's the same thing?
Actually, it's not the same thing, but looking
Okay.
up the number and everything like that, same building. Different suites. As you just cross-referencing, looking through the phone book, phone numbers and things of that nature, you would see that it is same building where this office is held, but a different suite. Which I probably
And a
should have made you
different
roll
item.
for that, but I don't care. It was a good
I
question.
take very good. I have a very good ledger.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Then I'm just going to put that in my book. Transfer all that information to the book.
Perfect. You transfer all that information to the book. And you spend your time in here, you get all the information to the book, all that collected, and you make your way out into the dance floor of the Burrow, where you see Humpty Dumpty and all the Kingsmen have arrived in an entourage style. They are calling for Dom Perignon and Patron and all this stuff. They are about to celebrate, and the party kicks up a little bit at the Burrow. And we are going to, before we hit to break, cut away from the Burrow and follow a woman. Has left through the back door of the Trip Trap. She is holding a knife that is bloody, looking around, eyes darting every which way. She has a dark complexion, black curly hair. She grabs a smock that she has and starts wiping at her hands and wrapping up the knife, looking for a place for her to drop it off, looking anywhere. And we see Vera and Amin walking across the street from her, and she looks at them. And just leaving the shop of Vera's Bits and Bobs, she goes ahead and she dumps the knife in the trash can across the street, and then puts some more trash from the trash can on top of it, and limps across. We see that she is limping a bit. She's been injured on her leg. It seems like somebody stabbed her on her leg. She looks at the front door to Bits and Bobs, looks around, tries to open it. It's unlocked. She gives herself a puzzled look, turns, goes towards the alleyway of the brownstone, and then climbs up a fire escape, and we see her slip out of view over the top, seemingly making her way into the brownstone some way, somehow. And with that...
Say my door was unlocked or locked?
Locked. It was locked.
Okay, good. I was
Yeah.
like, I definitely locked up after.
Yeah. She was,
then just-
yeah. She had checked to see if it was unlocked, was not, and so she went around and climbed up your fire escape. Yep. And that is where we are going to leave for a quick break. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back with more Fables Once and Future.
Butts.
And welcome
Bringing that
back.
big dad energy.
Yeah. Oh my God. It changes completely when you have the sunglasses flipped up, and then when you have them down. Like, oh God, when you got them down, you're Lionel Richie.
Oh, there you go, like a pirate.
Oh yeah, you could do the pirate. Yeah, but then when you flap them up,
No, I still.
you're fucking you're Arsenio Hall at fucking Disney World. It's great. It's fucking fantastic. That's an '80s reference. All right, perfect.
Got to get Bill Clinton in there on the sax.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Oh God. All right,
That
welcome
many
back
years old.
to Fables Once and Future. We left off with a strange woman breaking into Vera's bits and bobs, but we are going to cut to Vera and Amin themselves walking down the street towards the Trip Trap. You're not too far away from the Trip Trap. You have to pass certain businesses to get to where you're going, but Trip Trap is it's a neighborhood bar. It's right around the corner. You do pass by certain stores like Lewis's Antiques. There's Nod's Books. I Am the Eggman Diner. And then there is a new store that has it's a store that like used to be like a craft store with like yarn and things of that nature, but it closed. And there was a for sale, but it says sold in the sign. It seems like there's a new store that's moving in, and all the windows have been covered with butcher's paper or some kind of canvas paper, so people can't look in and see what's going on in there. But you can hear the noise of music. It seems that like Hungry Heart by Bruce Springsteen is playing from the Trip Trap. Somebody's singing it. It sounds like the Woodsman right now. But you can hear it from the Trip Trap down the way. And the scene is yours.
All right, well, we'll go in. I don't know if you do karaoke, but I every year my friend and I do songs, and I hope I didn't miss his, but we'll check it out.
Yes, not really my scene, but you know, if I can hang out with the Wall Street fellows, I can absolutely do the Trip.
You can slum it for a night with us over here.
Indeed.
Buy me a drink.
Do you do
and,
drugs?
We'll call it. Do I do drugs?
Yes.
Like snuff?
No.
Then no.
Oh.
Not usually.
Okay.
I didn't do snuff either. I don't know why I said that.
It
was
I
just the
didn't
last
get
one
the
I could
idea
remember
that
being
you were
around.
the type, but I figured I'd ask. Since we're talking about Wall Street types. You run an antique store. I work as an analyst.
Interesting.
Yes, the mundanes
That's
pay
like
incredibly
numbers?
well. Oh yes, numbers all day long, every day.
You hear a bell tink open as you walk down the steps towards the trap, and you are in fact insulted with the "everybody's got a hungry heart" as you see the Woodsman crying and singing karaoke up on stage. There's a lot more people in the bar. You see Jack standing in the corner, just kind of holding onto the bar for dear life. You see the flycatcher is sitting in the corner, sipping and talking. It seems that Boy Blue has made his way from the big party, has done his job of playing the trumpet, and he is down here, undone bow tie, sitting and spending time with his friend, the flycatcher. You see Holly behind the bar, and she's got her sister helping her, her younger sister helping her, because it's a busy time of night. And you see at the very end, you see one Grindle looking very grouchy, staring into his cups. And there's various other lots of people. Maddie, where are you located within the Trip Trap? You've disposed Jack off at the bar at the corner, and he's sitting there, and he's still trying to be like, "You put me on karaoke? You got Phil Collins? You got Phil Collins?" looking at Holly, and Holly will be like, "Here's more water, Jack." And then we'll like turn around and start serving more people. But where are you at?
Say that I'm on the other end of the bar, like as far away from Jack as possible, and I'm kind of trying to keep to myself. But I'm turning the stool to face the rest of the bar with my Bailey's martini, legs crossed.
Legs
surveying.
crossed, surveying. Go ahead and give me a mind check here, real quick. I will say you do notice Vera and Amin walking in.
1, so 11.
11. Okay. Go ahead. I'm going to give you a detail, but go ahead and ask me. I believe it is. I'm just adapting some stuff. Figures. We're going to do like an adaptation of like a figure someone out roll, but it's like an assess a situation kind of roll. So go ahead. You got more than 10, so you can go ahead and ask me. You did not get a 12 though. So close. You can go ahead and ask me 2 questions about the scene. And I'll also give you an extra little detail because you got more than a 10.
What does my character worry is going to happen?
Eventually, as the night goes on, there is probably going to be a bar fight that might lead into a bar brawl if Woodsman keeps going the way that he's going. Grindel's going to tell him to shut the fuck up. Stay in his fucking corner, shut the fuck up, you're too loud, and then they're gonna start fighting, and then it's gonna get some other people into fighting. That's like the worst thing that could possibly happen. You do smell a bit of, does it smell like pennies in the air? It smells like pennies in the air, like somebody's bleeding. But you can't really assess where exactly. And I'll give you another little detail. One that you want. Another question, if you want.
How can I put Amin's character in my debt?
How can you put Amin's character in your debt? Amin is a very wealthy looking gentleman. He seems like he is out of place here at this party and this bar. A way to put Amin in your debt, offer him something, nothing physical. This is a man that already has everything that he could possibly need when it comes to like finances and physical stuff. Information. Information is a good way to put Amin in your debt.
Interesting. Okay.
And the surprise little detail I'll give to you, it takes you a little bit of time to notice because you didn't notice him, but 2 seats down from you at the bar, you see an old man just holding a cup. It looks like it's like a Moscow Mule style thing. There's like some umbrellas coming out of it and some straws. It's a very festive cup for a very grouchy old looking man. You see wearing a brown cardigan, suspenders, a button-up shirt, and a red bow tie with his receding hair kind of styled white with a white bushy mustache. You see Geppetto from the 13th floor sitting and just kind of glowering into a very festive drink.
Interesting. So she's just gonna like side-eye him, but then like wants the evening not to go crazy because like she wants it to be chill, relaxing. So she's going to like hop down. It's like, can you just watch that for a moment? Thank you. And then like she walks over to the woodsman to like, hey, is it okay if I get the next? Or I can sing with you. I don't know the song.
It just wound it up, and you can tell he's been crying a little bit, and he goes, I love the boss.
What's wrong, dear?
Oh, it's just I get really sad, about, well, I used to be somebody, and that fucking wolf, he gets to come here, and you're a really pretty lady, you know that?
Why, thank you. I do know. But on top of that, you are someone still. Just because Big Beat Wolf is around doesn't mean that people don't know who you are. You've done things.
That's right. That's right. I rescued that ungrateful bitch and her old grandmother from that wolf.
Well, let's chill. Let's relax on that one. Let's not
I'm
get
sorry. I get a little bit I just get in my feelings. I'm sorry. You can have the microphone.
But yeah, did you want me to get you like a drink for the things that you've done?
Go ahead and roll me a persuade an NPC with your heart
But go ahead. You said the magic word. Get a drink. Go ahead and add. So you start with at least 1. It's a +1.
Oh, cool. So I got an 8.
Okay.
+1 is 9. And this is with heart?
Heart, indeed.
All right, -1. So back down to 8.
To 8. Okay. He looks at you and he goes, I'll take a drink.
What would you like?
Can I get a beer and a shot?
Yeah, let me just like, and she doesn't take the mic. She like picks up the mic and then like lightly, just like without looking, gives it to Jack, like holds it out to Jack and like directs Woodsman.
Amin grabs the microphone from you.
Perfect. Amin grabs the microphone in between. That was a rock and a hard place you had there, Maddie. But Amin
Walks up and
swooped
just
in,
grabs
just
the
grabs
microphone.
it.
It's like, all right, if I'm gonna hang out with this groups, I have to get in here and do a thing. And I'm like, DJ?
And you look over, and it is literally a kind of what could best be called a kind of skinny, lithe black dude who is wearing a nice jean jacket, has on a backwards cap, and is like rolling like a spliff at one point. Is like rolling something up real quick, and he looks over at you, and he looks kind of high, and he goes, "You can call me Double P."
Double P.
Yeah.
Beat it.
All right. You see him just lick the spliff, put it, light it, and then bring up on the fucking cassette player "Beat It" by Michael Jackson. Starts playing. I mean, go ahead and roll me a heart real quick here, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
The most
That is
important roll
13.
tonight. A 13. Okay, perfect. You go
And he
ahead.
goes all in. He's doing the dances and everything.
Everything. Surprisingly, it actually, like, Maddie, you're walking to get a drink, and the woodsman's just kind of like following you, almost like a lost puppy. And then he like turns and goes, "Huh? Oh, that cat's pretty good." As that's happening, so it kind of gets you off the hook with Woodsman there a little bit, if need be. Vera, you see this whole thing happening. You do see Maddie that was like taking care of drunk Woodsman for a little bit until the Woodsman got distracted by the singing and turned off. And Buffkin.
Hello.
You can hear from outside as you and Colin are walking up to the Trip Trap. You're taking like the darker side of the street, so like if any Mundies walk by, they're not gonna notice you. But you can hear the sounds of Michael Jackson's "Beat It" being sung very well coming from the Trip Trap, and you know karaoke at the Trip Trap. Karaoke at the Trip Trap does not sound like that.
Okay, it sounds really crowded, which is typically not my scene, but I feel like we have to go see who that is. Like, have you ever anything like that before?
He goes, Colin looks at you and goes, I don't think I've ever heard anything like this before in my life.
Ever?
You've
And like, imagine, especially as a small flying monkey, of just like his wings sort of like curl around him as he's shocked and taken aback.
Mm-hmm.
You've never heard of Michael fucking Jackson?
Every time I try to ask Bigby to let me listen to music, he gives the same old spiel, you know, the whole, Colin, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here, Colin. Back to the farm, Colin. And it just, you know, the guy's really just got it out for me, so I just take
He interrupts by like grabbing him by his big ass pig cheeks.
Yeah.
This is going to be a night to remember.
Colin looks at you with those big, beautiful swine eyes and just says, all right, buddy, whatever you say, just whatever you do me a favor and light this cigarette for me, will ya?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I guess I have fairy magic to do that because I don't. He doesn't fucking have
matches or anything on him.
Yeah. Like.
Perfect. All right. Let's see.
Let's determine what that's going to be. Because boy, oh boy, this is going to be a consequence for sure. Yeah, I mean, like, is that something I can do? Like, even though I know that it will take something from me to do that?
Yeah, I know you've got, like, Nature's Caress here, Wither, and Glamours as your party. I will say you can utilize Wither to light it.
Considering, it's smoking, sure.
I will tell you that, so you don't have to use your power. You don't have to choose one of these things because it's something kind of minor, as long as you roll above a 7. So go ahead and give me, like, a magic roll here, a spirit roll.
Okay, spirit roll?
Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh, perfect. I rolled an 11.
Rolled an 11? Perfect.
Yeah.
Immediately, you just go ahead, snap your fingers, and you light Collins a cigarette for him. He goes, "Hey, you're much nicer than Bigby says that you are, man. I want to tell you."
What does he say about me?
Okay, let me see here. He goes, "Colin, get out of here. You gotta go back to the farm. You won't believe what Buffkin did today. Buffkin was drunk and he knocked over a stack of books and went all over the place." Or he goes, "Colin, what are you doing here? I told you, you can't stay here. Get back to the farm. You won't believe what Buffkin did today. I can't believe that Buffkin went and smacked into the mirror, almost knocking off and breaking it. And then I get yelled at somehow." You know, he kind of does stuff like that.
Oh, see, I was worried that he said that I was mean, not like the things that I did. Oh, that's fine.
I think you're gonna be okay on that front there, pal. All right, what's your call? We going in through the front like a couple of kings or through the back?
Can you go in through the back like kings?
And he just smiles, a big, toothy swine smile, and goes, "We're gonna find out." And he just snorts, and he starts walking towards the back entrance.
Perfect. Yep, I'll follow.
Perfect. We're gonna cut to Hana. Hana, it has been a banner night at the Burrow. Humpty Dumpty and all the king's men are having a great time. One of them keeps trying to talk to you, like talk to the bartender, to talk to the owner, because he's like, "No, it's okay. They're fine. They just keep to themselves." And then you can hear the bartender say, "No, we can't let your horses inside, okay? No, we've heard what happened at other places. You're not gonna have your fucking horses come in with you." And one of the king's men was like, "You're no fun. You fucking Malouk here, okay? Fucking walk out of here."
When he starts acting like that, men in white suits start getting closer to the bar and him.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me blood here. 10 total.
Oh, sorry, 9 total.
9 total. Okay, 9 total. Yeah, the presence of the guards, the Kingsman starts in like "Oh, who the fuck do you think you are?" All this kind of shit like that. "Don't you know who I am? That's my boy over there. That's my boy over there." And then your guard has to grab him by the back of his jacket, lifts him up, and just carries him out. And the guy's like fighting him, and he's like, "You fucking Cugino, do you not know what you're get your fucking hands off of me, you He starts cussing in Italian at him, but the security guard grabs him by the back of the pants and tosses him out in the street in a pile with a bunch of people.
In the list of rules for this establishment, one of them is do not disrespect.
Don't disrespect anybody that works here. Perfect. You hear a chuckle as you hear a lighter click and somebody inhales a puff of what seems to be a cigar from over to your left. Somebody that's sitting at a table by themselves. Do you look over?
Yeah.
Look over, and in the glow of a lighter, we see bada bada bing boom. A woman that's got a pixie cut style hair, and she is sitting and like looking at her nails. She's wearing a leather jacket with a red t-shirt,
and there is a gentleman sitting to the left of her that has a bowler cap with suspenders, a button-up shirt that has a bow tie. He looks like if a crab was a person, this is what this like a very short, stocky guy with a wide mouth. And like kind of grabby hands.
He only walks sideways very quickly.
But
Crab battle.
well, he's just like he's not like a crab person, but he's like like imagine a crab got kissed by a princess and then turned into a prince, but like
whoa.
yeah exactly. But no, it's a guy with a big wide smile. He's wearing a bowler cap, suspenders. Button-up shirt with a bow tie. He's lighting a big chunky cigar with a lighter, and he's sitting next to this woman, and he goes, "That bloke didn't know what was hitting him, did he?"
Do I know who these people are?
Go ahead and roll me a name to a face or a face to a name. You are going to use your night circle.
Right.
3, 4. You have never seen the woman before in your life. And the gentleman looks familiar, but you've only seen him in passing. You don't know his name, but you know that he's been around Fabletown sometimes. He's typically seems like he's an errand guy type of person. But he's just sitting there with a woman. They don't seem to be together. They seem to be together, like they're sitting together, but they don't seem to be like a couple or anything like that. They have drinks that have condensation on them. He's the only one that's been drinking his. She hasn't been drinking hers at all, but he's got like a big pint that he's been drinking from. And he just kind of leans back. And she says, "Problems you often have?"
Not for long.
Perfect. Would you mind
Sorry for the commotion. I'll have a drink sent to your table immediately.
Don't bother. I'm still working on my first one. I'd really like to talk with you. You're the owner of this establishment, right?
May I ask what this is regarding?
Business. I'm looking at renting out the spot.
Oh, lovely. If you just talk to the hostess, she'll set up an appointment.
No. You see, an associate I work for has made it very clear that when I speak and make business deals, I need to speak to the owners, because hostesses are just, they get in the way, you know?
Excuse me, April can't talk. You must make an appointment if you want to speak. I can set up some time if you'd like, but now is probably not the best time.
The guy with the cigar taps it out into the ashtray and he goes, "Look, my friend here has asked you to do just a bit of a favor, have a conversation. We're making an appointment now. Seems like it's the time to make an appointment, isn't it?"
Tuesday, 8 p.m. That is when we can talk. Take it or leave it.
Go ahead and roll to persuade an NPC.
And that is heart. Right?
Heart.
I need to put more points into heart. Gay dice, thank you.
Gay dice, thank you. Thank you, Gay dice.
Shout out Gay Dice.
11.
Gay dice.
A future sponsorship near us.
Yeah, Gay dice. Hit us
Straights
up.
everywhere are disappointed that their dice are not gay dice.
That's true.
The straights are me.
That's
I am
true.
the straights.
That's true.
Your
So
dice
true.
suck, Prince.
Amazing.
And it's true, actually.
Very true.
So you got an 11, right?
Yes.
The guy stands up, not even recognizing your security, and he goes, "You look here, you don't talk to Miss Mary." And then she holds up a hand, and she stands up, and she takes her drink, and she takes a sip from it and sets it down and goes, There, Dee. It's gonna be okay." She walks up to you. She's tall, lithe. She is wearing what appears to be black, suit pants with a... they're not exactly heels or anything, but they seem like heeled boots. And she walks over to you and stands very close to you and goes, "Tuesday, 8 p.m.?
Unless that time doesn't work for you.
I'll be there 5 minutes early."
Excellent. Early is always better. And I pull out a card and I hand her my card. And whose name may I put on the appointment?
You can say it's for Mary. And
Excellent.
she takes your card and she puts it in her shirt,
And she just snaps at the guy and starts walking out of the club. We cut back to the Trip Trap. Amin, you were tearing it up and you were bringing to a close the end of Beat It. Vera, what are you doing?
After Amin puts a song in, I'm gonna put my song in, and then I'm gonna run to the bar, and I'm going to, Maddie seems like, I think at this point is still, like, comforting the woodsman weirdly. No, you're done.
He's entranced by Amin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
So Maddie is free.
Maddie is back to drinking her martini.
I'm going to, okay, I'm ordering 4 drinks. I'm ordering a Guinness. I am ordering, let me think. I'm ordering a Bailey's martini.
Okay. Holly is like taking this down, already pouring the Guinness, has it underneath the pour.
Yeah. I'm gonna get, let's say, rum and coke.
Coke.
And then a dirty martini.
Dirty martini. Dirtier the better?
Absolutely.
You got it, sweetheart. Vera, how's the shop doing today?
Oh, all right. It's a little less busy because of the festivities going on. People are usually, like, the weeks before we celebrate, people are coming in to sort of be nostalgic about things, but the day of, people usually have other things they're worrying about.
Makes sense.
You're sweet to ask.
Of course. Hey, Lily, can you go ahead and get me a dirty martini, please? I'm kind of distracted here. And you see Holly's sister says, yeah, whatever, Halls, and gets to work on a dirty martini. And she takes a Bailey's martini and hands it over to you and goes, another martini for the miss. And here is a rum and coke, Guinness pint, and then Lily brings over a dirty martini and sets it down there. She goes, you want me to add it to your tab?
Yeah, go ahead.
Perfect. Excellent. Hey, did you have some guys come by your business today?
I did. Do you know them?
Some Russian guys. They came in asking for pawn shops and antique shops in the area.
Yeah, they stopped by, poured them a cup. They seemed to go on their way, so, they're looking for something. This, it happens. People are looking for something that might wind up.
Interesting.
Out of names. Takes a sip.
Oh, and I'll slide the martini over to you. I didn't realize you were right next to me.
You did know that I was right next to you, dear. Don't play.
I did. It was, and I'm gonna remember it, Petrov?
You got Piotr, Vasilia, and Masha. Masha was the big one.
Masha was the big one. Masha was sort of leading the charge.
Yeah, well, there wasn't like a little one. We had a little one with a red shirt and a blonde mustache, and then one with a white mustache, like an older kind of version of the other. They kind of look the same, though. We did have the big guy, though, coming around asking for different stores and things. Just wanted to make sure they didn't give you a hard time or anything.
What are they
no
looking
trouble
for?
at all. A scroll or something. Not sure. So if you hear anything, they're willing to pay a high price, and if anyone here has it, I'm sure they'd like to earn some money, but was not my day. I did not have it, so.
I'll keep that in mind.
Perfect.
All right. I think my song's coming up, but I gotta run these over.
Who is that that's with you?
A main song ends and you hear, Vera!
So I want to try to get over there before my song, but I want to give Boy Blue the rum and coke, and Flycatcher the dirty martini. And I honestly want to set the dirty martini as close to a window as I can to see if I can just attract the fly to get in it.
Okay, all right.
Before I go up.
Go ahead and give me a... what kind of roll are we going to do here? Go ahead and give me a mislead, distractor, trick roll. Go ahead and roll with mind.
Trick flies?
Yeah.
With mind? Okay.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
Hey, that's an 8 here. All right, on a hit,
You pick 2. You create an opportunity, you expose a weakness or flaw, you confuse them for some time, you avoid further entanglement.
And this is to flies? I'm doing this too?
Look, you're doing it with the flycatcher and with the flies here.
Okay, oh, you know what? So I'm gonna get the flies in the martini.
Okay,
and
that's the
other thing I'm
opportunity.
gonna do is I'm going to set the drinks, and I'm going to, with the, there was one that was like end the interaction, basically.
Oh yeah, it was the avoid further entanglement.
Avoid further entanglement, so when I drop the drinks, I'm gonna avoid further entanglement with Boy Blue there.
Okay.
Buy them the drinks, like nod and be like, oh, sorry, like, I'm so sorry I missed Bowie. I'm sure you really crushed it. And then I'm gonna go up.
And as you're walking on the stage, Vera, or wherever this is, I was like, that was okay, wasn't it? It was fine.
It was
right?
really
I
good.
wasn't
Nobody
too
does carry.
concussed.
That was honestly, I'll explain karaoke later, but that was a lot.
Okay. And
No,
then I
but it
go
was,
to
like,
the
good.
bar.
There are people that are
And I'm
like
just like-
clapping and they're just being
Yeah,
like,
people just-
yeah.
I'm like,
That is when Buffkin and Colin walk into the back.
cool. And I will point and just say, give him the name. Give the name. Rich works on Wall Street. That's all I know. And then.
Oh, well, that's enough. Hello. And then as she's like getting ready to like introduce herself, she sees Puffkin. And Colin's like,
Oh, hello.
Oink!
shouldn't you
did that
be
pig just go oink?
Oink!
Yep.
like she like hops down off the
In the background music starts playing. It's fiddles,
Oh my god.
and then it's drums, and then the bass line kicks in.
Oh no, fuck me. Here we go.
And
I should've seen that
a
coming.
little ditty called "Come On Eileen."
Yep.
Yeah, just no one's ever heard of it.
No, never heard that song before.
Nope, never.
Yep. Yep. You know what? Colleen, not Colleen. God damn it.
What a Freudian
What a
slip.
Freudian slip. Colleen. Apologies,
Perfect.
Colleen.
Perfect.
Sorry,
Calling it a dress
Colleen.
though, I mean, like, we're down, right? Like,
Colin goes like, oh, I love this song. You see the pig go, oh, I love this song. What? Hey, wait, is he cool? You cool?
Are you cool?
You do see a monkey with wings on his back with green fur, holding a bag that has some rattling in it that sounds like liquor bottles, and you do see a pig
You brought
that's smoking
beer
a
to
cigarette.
a bar, and a pig.
no, I
Helen
didn't bring
12,
beer to a
please.
bar. I brought liquor to a bar.
Yeah, hey, let's not cause too big of a scene here, pal, alright? I'm not really supposed to be out without one of them fancy glamours that some of you don't need.
But it's, it's Remembrance Day.
Why do you not have a glamour? Looks down at both of them.
So, my savings account is kind of like, it's weird how it's set up, and you hear Holly go, is that a fucking pig in my bar?
No, it's just Colin.
Oh! The double fuck wait. Colin, you got money? Yeah. Buffkin?
He eventually has money.
Get the wallet. Get the wallet out of the bag.
Oh, right. And by eventually, I mean right now.
Is that 3 figures?
Perhaps.
Alright, if you can't pay your tab, then I'm kicking you both out, okay?
That's okay. No, totally fine. Which is great because we won't make a tap.
That's right. Colin will wink at Buffkin, and then Colin will look at him mean and be like, you ain't gonna say anything, are ya?
What's in it for me?
Go ahead and roll Persuade an NPC.
The answer's booze, but
Oh yeah, that is that's with heart.
Yeah.
14.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
I just rolled double sixes,
The
baby.
curse of dimples is over for now.
Yeah.
They
Straights
do
can
what.
have this one.
Okay, persuaded NPC on a 12 plus. They do what you ask and help see you through to the end. Help you see it through to the end. Colin looks at you and he goes, "You know, you look like a fancy guy. You already got plenty of cash and everything like that." And he ashes a little bit of the cigarette on the floor. He goes, "What do you need? Like, what, you want me to... I'm not gonna pork you or anything, but, you need me to kill somebody for you, or, you want some information or something? I don't know. What do you want?"
La 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 la.
You know, I can use you. Where do you stay?
Don't use him. He's really nice.
Well, it depends.
Sometimes.
If anybody notices me, then I'm typically up in the farm. But if nobody notices me, then I'm roommates with the sheriff.
I can use it. We'll be in touch.
Okay. Go ahead and mark that you have, Colin owes you a debt.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
In the meantime, could I trouble you to enjoy a imbibement with us?
Oh, Amin just throws down a Benjamin and is like, get their rounds and get rid of whatever store they have now.
But we just got here. What-
Hey, Buffkin.
Yeah.
Let's let the gentleman pay for our drinks. You have McClellan back there, and he gets up to the bar
McClellan?
and just like hops up on the bar, like puts his front two legs up on the bar, and everything.
Take a refined taste.
He looks over to you, man. And he goes, "You look familiar. Have you seen it before?"
I'm around. Don't worry about it. Call me Em.
Colin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Tell me, Em, you got any cocaine on you?
No, I don't have cocaine on me.
No.
Is that what you ask everyone that you just meet?
No, sometimes I ask them, you know, how you doing? You got any snacks that I can eat? And sometimes, you got any cocaine?
So there's
Actually,
a top three.
Speaking of snacks, he reaches into the bag.
Uh-huh.
It's funny you said your name was M, right? Because I actually found some peanut M&Ms. Do you want these?
Sure.
Perfect. Vera, go ahead and roll me a heart roll, please, as you're getting into this. Come on.
I was
Island.
waiting for this part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to the
Yeah, it's a, yep. Whoop. Amazing.
English.
Every time.
Okay, that is a 7
Flourish. Flourish. 2, 9. You're doing all right. You're pitchy in some parts, but it's a hard song. But you're having fun.
karaoke song.
It's a karaoke song. You're fucking having a good time.
Mhm.
You look over. Flycatcher's clapping. Boy Blue is kind of nodding along, tapping his leg. You notice there is a collection of 3 flies that have ended up on the rim of the dirty martini of Flycatcher's, and he just sips from it, doesn't even notice.
Nice.
It's like salt on the rim.
Nom nom.
Just fucking
Protein.
Yeah.
Yep. I know. Yeah. So yeah, as
Sorry,
a
Sade.
No, I was like protein. I was like, ugh.
as the song like fades out, it like fades, and then there's that outro. Thinking about like the what we're celebrating and everything we've lost, I think she like kind of looks at Boy Blue and looks at Flycatcher and like gets a little teary-eyed as she sings the "Oh, believe me if those endearing young charms that I gazed on so fondly today were to suddenly leave you or fly in the night, just like fairy gifts in the sky." And she gets a little weepy.
They hold up their drinks, and there's some others that hold up their
just
drinks
like the toast
and do a toast, and they go to the homelands.
to the homeland.
The homelands.
Yeah.
And she's gonna down the rest of her Guinness and kind of pass it off to Holly at the bar, and she's gonna go in the bathroom and like properly cry for a second.
Amazing.
Oh.
Okay. You go inside the bathroom. It's a single-use bathroom. There's no other. It's just in and out. There's multiple like stalls and everything like that. And as you walk in, go ahead and roll me mind.
That's a 4 plus 1. That's a 5. That's nothing.
Okay.
Woof.
You're walking in, and you're kind of like in your feelings, and you're feeling a little bit. You just downed a whole fucking Guinness. You're like, you're feeling kind of like, head buzzed and everything like that. And you trip and you fall, and you're gonna take a harm as you bump your head against the tile. And you're like, oh, stupid Vera. And you get back up. Do you look and see what you tripped over?
Yeah, probably.
You see a man wearing a purple suit, who is wearing black loafers. He's not wearing a button-up shirt, though. He's wearing a green shirt that has been stained very much brown, it seems like, with like chocolate syrup, but the lights are low in the bathroom. It's kind of hard to tell. He's bald, and he's got a brown mustache. And his eyes are just dead open. The color has drained out of them. He has some blood from the corner of his mouth. He's like clutching his shirt, and there's just a massive gaping wound in his stomach where it seems like somebody stabbed him repeatedly. And he's just staring up at the ceiling, and it seems you tripped over him.
Can I... Do I recognize this person?
Yeah, it looks a lot like Vasilia or Pietro, but just with a different color mustache. Yeah.
Just another one of those
Just another one of those stooges, yeah.
Yeah, I think, I like wipe my... Do I have blood on me? Is it dried yet?
It's kind of dried a little bit. It's been a while.
Okay, so I'm good. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm shocked. I'm not crying anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I go and just grab Maddie into the will you come with me to the powder room?
Sure. As
okay?
I was like getting ready to talk to him, and it's like, are you okay? Like you just
Yeah,
It's
don't go anywhere. And it like points to me
don't-
and be back. And goes with
Enjoy your M&Ms.
party.
Hey, buddy, do you
we're
like
not
to do
partying in the bathroom. I don't have snuff, and then I go.
Hey, buddy, do you like Boilermakers? You hear Colin say to Amin as you walk up to the bathroom. And Maddie and Vera, you walk into the bathroom and you see this dead man just lying there in a pool of his own blood that's getting tacky.
So is this the sort of situation we should call Bigby in for?
normally. Yes, we would.
So,
yes.
what? So is this a normal situation, and then we should go ahead and do that?
Murder is never a normal situation. Michael turns to Vera.
That's a line.
Normal, like, who is this?
I think he's one of the Russian gentlemen.
What you were just talking
three-
about, asking for.
There were 3 came to my plate, but then now it seems like they're short a Russian.
Okay. Yes, this is a big B thing. Let's
All right,
not
yeah,
alert
I'll go
anyone.
ahead and
As
Yep.
you start making your way to call Bigby Wolf, you'll hear something moving from the body.
Oh no. Like, Maddie slowly turns to it.
You turn to see it, and you start seeing the gentleman's, like, flesh, like his person, who he is, starts unspooling itself. It's not violent or gory or anything like that, but it just seems like string starts undoing itself, and it just eventually just falls into a patch of string in a collection of clothes on the floor.
Okay. Can I
Mm-hmm.
let it out?
Yeah, you gonna let it out?
Yes.
Hell yeah! All right.
Seems like a
think
good time.
In the situation when something moves, Vera's instinct is to put herself between the body and Maddie
Yeah.
at first.
Maddie's going to like dodge out immediately as you get
That's
ready to
fine,
do
yeah.
that. Like, so it's just like,
No, that's totally fine.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll Spirit to use an ability from your playbook.
9.
A 9.
With that, don't I mark something? I know I mark something with that.
Yeah. let's see here. Looking, what exactly are you letting out here, Maddie? What are you
Detecting the presence and function of magical items or spells.
Perfect. All right. Okay. I'm going to give you an option for this, because this is going to be costly, okay?
Alrighty. Let's go.
And you're trying to detect, like, the presence of it or what might be causing it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to give you an option here. You can either mark another corruption, or one of your fingers is going to disappear. It's not going to be violent, but one of your fingers are just going to disappear.
I'm marking corruption.
Perfect, okay. Perfect. Sometimes magic needs something to go, you know?
Totally understand.
Perfect. Okay. So you're going to try to detect the do you want to know what kind of magic and where it's coming from?
Yes.
Okay. This is like transfiguration, transmogrification magic. But it seems that the spell was not put on a person. It seems that the spell was woven into the string itself. And it's been almost like, it seems like the intent of this was to make a living doll, almost like a golem, somewhat like that. The magic is not anywhere nearby here, though. It happened not within the boundaries of Fabletown, is what we can tell you.
Okay. So as like Vera is trying to protect Maddie immediately, and then literally does cat moves to get out of the way of her protecting. He's like, I don't need that. Chill. Crouches down. You see that like blue energy kind of like comes out of her eyes a little bit as she's like assessing the situation.
Yeah.
It's like, this was a golem of some sort. Someone not from here made a living doll.
Like a Russian, like this is a set of Russian dolls.
That's creative. I would say that, yes. So yeah, so technically you don't need to call, I mean, we could still call Big B if you wanted to, but
So
no one's technically dead.
But yeah, but no one was murdered?
No one was murdered.
Is there still like a mess in this bathroom?
The fucking blood has turned to like a red fabric that's been picked and pilled at, and the body has turned to string. There's just clothes left behind, and like a shirt that just has a hole in it now.
Can I-
All right, yeah.
Go ahead.
So we should tell Holly, just that sort of like, if nothing else, there's some clothes for a lost and found bin.
Okay.
And
You hear a knock on the door. Hey!
Occupied.
Yeah, you've been in there for like 10 minutes. I gotta take a piss.
It's been more like 2 minutes. Calm down.
Vera, the pig is getting a little too rowdy for me.
All right, fine.
I'm here too.
I'll start picking up the clothes. It feels weird. It's like this thing where like I'm technically, I guess this is evidence.
I don't know anyone else here really. Like I know
I'm
their
gonna-
faces,
I'm gonna
but
second
When
that.
we see a main, you see Grindel, who's got like a slick back pompadour, a brown leather jacket. He's got an eye scar and everything. He's just leaning against the door, just staring at a mean, and just
Sorry
like,
about that.
Can I do something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I love this. Could I technically, the spools of like yarn, would that technically count for
covers his
tracking?
eyes.
that would technically count for tracking. Indeed.
So I am
very
going
clever.
to take a bit of that. So
Okay.
I'm going to take like, also impulses of cat, kind of like almost take over for a moment. It's like, ooh.
Out of it.
No.
Yeah.
And then she like gets a bit
I
of
will
that.
not play
like,
with the yarn. I will not play with the yarn.
I will not play with the yarn. I will not. And then like takes a little bit and puts it in her pocket.
You ladies have a good time in there?
Oh, the best time. Wish you were there.
Fantastic.
Yours, love.
Thank you. Hey,
Somebody's
you know
face
this
gets
guy?
red when y'all say that. Like I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, calm down, dear.
You know this guy?
Yeah.
Male suitors.
You doing male suiting around here? Okay, I don't need to know anything about this. And he goes ahead and he walks in. He's like, fucking weirdos. And then just closes the door behind him.
Is everyone around here so strange?
You're
He's
the
a fun
most
guy.
you're the most out of sorts thing here. Amin.
Actually, we have another party to get to, Amin. This
Yes.
is because Amin has an invitation to the Woodland Apartments, so I actually could go talk to some people about what's happened here, and if you'd like to.
Wait,
talk
what's
to
happened
Holly.
here?
You beat me to it.
We'll catch you up on that.
Colin
Buffkin
goes, did I hear, walks over, kind of like stumbles over, goes, did I hear that somebody's got an appointment to the Woodland Apartments?
No.
Go
Would
go
you
ahead
say
and
no?
roll.
I
Yeah.
mean, was about to put the hand up. Was like,
Go ahead and roll me a heart roll here real quick, Vera.
Okay. I don't feel good lying to Colin.
Nah.
Okay. That's 5 plus 2. That's 7.
He squints at you a little bit, and he looks at Buffkin, and he goes, "Hey, Buff.
Yeah.
You trying to get out of here, huh? Trying to go see some, looks around with his pig head. Some ladies?
I mean, not particularly.
Hey, okay, you know what we can do? We can just split up the rest of Bigby's money. I take half, you take half. I go see some ladies, and you go do whatever you want to do."
wait, you already had money?
No, I'm a pig. How can I have money?
It's not exactly our.
You said Big B's money.
Yeah, a big B, you know, like
You
Buzz.
robbed your roommate?
No, he's like, doesn't need it, cause
They have an arrangement.
yeah,
think.
we have an arrangement.
Well, we were going to bar hop a little
You
bit.
two
Wallet,
have an.
Colin.
He's got a job. He can get more money.
I don't think that's how it works. As a matter of fact, I can guarantee you that is not exactly
Wait,
how it works.
No, when you do get more money when you
Yes,
work the
but
job.
you don't just keep getting infinite amounts of money.
Colin,
if you were
Colin,
robbed.
Colin looks at Buffkin, and he says, "Can I get another one of those smokes?"
Wait, you didn't. Those weren't your smokes. Oh wow.
Go ahead.
We have
Put a smoke.
kleptomaniac
Put a smoke.
pig
Light the
and
cigarette
flying
for him.
monkey.
He looks up and he hops up on a stool. He puts his front legs on a stool. Still doesn't get to Amin's height, but he looks at you. He squints at you. And he just. You a fucking cop?
Amazing.
I'm a financial analyst.
Looks at Buffkin.
It's pretty close to the same. Yeah, I think it's fine. We're okay. Remember because we were gonna bar hop, right? This is stop one
We're
and
gonna bar hop.
right. But you wanted to go separate ways. I mean, okay.
I mean, we can link back up. You know, you're doing your
What
wingman
kind
thing.
of ladies
out
are
here.
you going to this meet? You're going to a diner and seeing them in the afterlife?
Go ahead and roll. Jesus. That's the thing. There's not like a fucking shut someone down move in this game.
Listen, Amin is Muslim. He does not eat pork.
That's true.
All this thing is too
That's
much for him.
true. That's true. Go ahead and roll a turn to violence, but instead of blood, let's go ahead and use your mind, because you are picking on somebody here.
Same thing.
Buffkin is overwhelmed
Oh,
like
God.
a motherfucker.
I rolled double ones, baby.
Oh my god!
The dice are with me, or
The
they
dice
are all the way
are like
against
the
me.
dice are like, ha ha ha, fuck you.
You thought.
You thought wrong, biatch.
Colin, you say that, and Colin looks over at you, inhales on the cigarette, and then puffs out some more smoke and goes, "I'm gonna let that one slide, because I don't know if you know this, but there's some farms upstate where there's some men in suits that drop people off all the time, and I get to have a little bit of a meal. If you catch my
Okay,
drift."
this is really strange. Hey,
So,
Colin.
Vera, let's
Sounds good.
Yeah, Buffkin.
It was nice to meet both of you.
Yes,
I
it
hope
was
you
a
have
pleasure.
day,
Fucking-
night. Hey, Colin, why don't you go ahead and take the rest of this money?
Hey,
I don't need it.
bud, you don't need it? You good?
No, I'm okay.
Hey, Did that
I
fancy
got to
man
try.
make you feel bad about being yourself?
What?
I can
don't
bite
think
his
so.
foot.
That is nice, but no, that's okay. Besides, I've
I'm right
never had an old fashioned before. It's great.
Okay, alright. You gonna be okay with these people?
Yeah, that's okay. You enjoy yourself.
That I will. That I will. Burrow, here I come, baby. And he he drops the cigarettes and he grabs the bag with his mouth and just starts dragging it towards the back door.
I knew you could have carried it the whole time.
Vera, Amin, you're walking off. Where are you all walking to?
Walk into the apartment.
I gotta go change
Okay.
to my Don Johnson finest. I gotta get my Miami Vice on,
Okay.
and then gonna go to the party.
Okay. Maddie, are you going with them?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so like I don't say that I am, so they walk out and I'm just behind them. When I'm like
just like,
pretending.
Bye, I guess. Pleasure to
Yeah.
meet you.
Indeed. Hana, you get a radio call. There's a situation at the front door, ma'am. There's a pig trying to get inside.
Do I know this pig?
One
I
moment.
feel like I know this pig.
Go ahead and roll name to a face and roll wild. Wild circle.
It's Colin's brother.
12
He's
total.
got 2 of them.
12 total.
Yeah.
If there's a pig and they're trying to get into a bar or something, it's definitely Colin. It's Colin
That's
at the
true.
front. Yep. It's absolutely Colin.
Sorry, I just saw something else.
Oh.
It's Remembrance
Zoom
Day.
chat is wild, y'all. Just
Let
so
him
y'all
in.
know.
If he starts getting out of control, he knows the rules.
We know exactly what to do. All right, we'll let him in.
Tell him I'm hungry.
Perfect. A few moments pass. The Kingsmen are having a good time. They're not getting too rowdy. One of their guys got thrown out, so they're kind of behaving themselves. Humpty Dumpty is doing a fucking dance to some digital underground right now, and is like moving his hips and everything. You can tell this is definitely a glamour, but he just recently got put back together again, so he's definitely feeling himself. There's a couple times where he almost falls off of his chair or off of the bench into the table, but he gets caught by one of his Kingsmen. And then you hear, like, you're sitting where you're watching, and you see a pig walk up to you and just look up to you. He's got a bag in his mouth, and he goes, "Where's your father?"
I just stare at him.
Yes. Thanks for letting me in.
It's Remembrance Day.
It is.
Feeling kind.
Feeling kind. Much obliged. I won't cause too much problems. I'll just sit over at a table over there, just have some drinks, enjoy the night, and then maybe, just maybe... You think one of those Kingsmen got loose pockets?
Probably.
We'll see about it.
You cause problems, though.
And I'm out. Or you eat me. Whichever
And
happens
her eyes
first.
like turn golden for a second.
Turn golden. Perfect. Colin moves away, goes to a table where a server comes up to attend to him. Would you say Hana has a pager, a beeper?
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
She's gonna have one of those giant cell phones.
Uh,
That's anything else.
oh, you've got a pager that says "Call me, emergency."
And whose numbers are from?
It is from somebody that works outside, that works nearby the Woodland Apartments, but doesn't work inside of them. It is one Beauty.
I go up to, knowing that that is an important number, I go up to my office and I give her a call.
You give her a call. She picks up immediately and she goes, "Hey, I didn't know who else to call because there's kind of an emergency going on right now, and the sheriff is kind of freaking out. But everybody's asleep.
It's quite early for that, but is that a problem?
Everybody at the party's asleep. Is there a lot of people asleep at where you're at?"
I look at the floor.
Everybody's dancing and having a good time.
No, it's livelier than ever.
Okay.
Any spinning wheels in the apartment?
No. It's just everybody at the party is just asleep.
Did you call Bigby?
He told me to call you to see. I have to call the other bars. I have to call Trip Trap. I have to call them, but I've got to call a bunch of other bars and taverns and see if it's happening there too. Sorry. Thank you. And then hangs up. And we are going to cut over to yes.
Real quick though, before we cut, as soon as she hangs up the phone, she gets up and goes out the secondary door of her office to go downstairs.
Okay.
To start going through her books to look up anything that puts people to sleep.
Perfect.
And to cross-check that she hasn't imported anything recently that is sleeping.
Excellent. Why don't you go ahead and give me a move here, okay?
Oh, a move? I have moves.
Yeah.
We like making moves.
We like making moves. So you can honestly call in a debt if you want to. That would be really quickly, or you can do a tend to your business roll. So you'll roll a 10. What do you think What do you think?
I think before she calls anyone else, she would look through her own business.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and give me
she
a.
handles things on her own first.
Go ahead and give me a mind check here. Yeah.
12.
Okay. I'm gonna give you your information, and you're allowed to ask a follow-up question for this. Okay.
Okay.
So, you look through your files, and recently, you have not received anything that has come through. You never moved anything that like puts people to sleep en masse. You do know that from a while back, there was somebody that was requesting to move a certain apple tree through, and you couldn't do it because you're like you want me to move a whole fucking tree? Like, it was a big tree, and so they found another way to move it. But there was a request, but you never like pushed through that request.
And whose name was on that request?
Whose name was on that request? It was somebody by the name of
Very good
Masha.
records. Masha?
Somebody by the name of Masha. Mascha. And this was about 4 months ago.
Question for you, DM.
Mm-hmm.
So, April knows that Masha was one of the people with Farah.
Yeah.
Was that the name of the person who came to talk to me as well?
No.
I guess I didn't ask them.
You never asked their name. Yeah.
Very rude. Cool. So I have no idea there's a connection with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you would know that Masha is a Russian name, though. And this guy.
Yeah, but I wouldn't connect it with the earlier thing
with
initially.
Earlier. Yeah. But yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Are we going to do a montage of Amin getting ready and Vera and Maddie shaking their heads, and then saying, "Yep"? Or do y'all have anything you want to discuss on the way to the woodlands?
I think we just did it.
You think you just did it? Did we just do it? Perfect.
I think we did, yeah.
You do have a voice message on your answering machine. I mean, you have a couple of them.
Oh.
One from the office that says that some numbers are going up. It's fine. We can check it out after the weekend, but some numbers are going up. And then there's one that is from, sounds like a very tired woman that is wondering what you're doing and if you're free tonight. And you should call her. And then there is a third one that is from the wrecker service, the auto repair shop that says that they have received your outie. They have assessed the damage, and they'll go ahead and get a bill to you first business day of next week. And it should be done by then. But they'll have a bill and everything for you ready and everything like that.
When the second message comes on, Amin just like stops it because one of the ladies
We can hear this,
You-
right?
you
Like,
just-
it's like
It sounds like, hey, I mean, I'm just wondering if you're doing.
oh my.
Perfect.
Never mind that. It's fine. Are we ready?
So, gentlemen, sooner indeed.
No, it's not
Like-
like.
It's not like it sounded like the woman was calling you for.
Tea.
Business
Yes,
advice.
T, exactly. Fixes his jacket, sticks a tape recorder in the pocket, and it's like, okay, I'm ready.
Perfect. You all step out, get moving, get ready to roll as you make your way to the woodland apartment.
Buffkid, are you with us?
No. Buffkin
Still
is
at
not.
the-
Actually, well, not.
Would you have come with us, or yeah?
You didn't exactly invite him, so.
I thought
it was just
Colin
coming.
was going one place.
Oh,
and
no.
I thought you were
Yeah.
coming with us.
No. He was like, like he was kind of like witnessing like everyone kind of doing their thing, and he just feeling like, oh, okay.
Oh,
And he was gonna go home.
gonna go home? Okay,
Well, good night, Buffkid.
We're all going in
Yeah.
the same direction.
Yeah. So here's what I imagine is like, because the irony is he was gonna stop by and see Puck before he went home.
okay. Perfect.
And so if you don't mind me sort of taking control here for a sec, it'll
Go
be
for
quick.
it. Go for it.
And he would have with the money that he had, he would have bought 4 old fashions to go,
Okay.
because I'm sure it's open container.
It's
or
fine. Yeah,
Remembrance
it's fine.
Day.
It's fine.
2 for
Holly
him.
doesn't give a Lily definitely doesn't give a fuck.
And he's gonna find Puck and hey, I got you something. He's gonna hand him 2.
Hey, I absolutely said I don't normally drink, but thank you. It's very generous of you there, bucko.
Yeah, happy Remembrance Day, man.
Happy Remembrance Day.
Hey, I've just a small question for you.
Yeah.
I know you're out here a lot, but have you ever felt like you're really lonely even though you're surrounded by people?
Let me tell you something here, kid. For a long time in the fairy court, I was going around and I was doing flips and tricks and telling jokes and putting people in love and everything for old Obi, all right? And old Obi and old her. Still can't get over it. She gives me the creeps every time I think about her. I don't like thinking about stuff like that. Anyways, me and Obi all the time would like to have... There was this one time, okay? There was these 4, like... I'd call them, like, college kids. They looked like they were college age. I hope they were college age. We're wandering out in the middle of the woods someplace, and I said, zippity-dee, zippity-doo, zippity-da. You feeling kind of sleepy. Bada-booey, bada-bam. And you know what? I was like, you know what? You know what's gonna be fun? I'm gonna get them to make them fall in love with each other, okay? And so I did that. You know why I did that?
Why did you do that?
Because there ain't nobody wants to fall in love with a puck.
Clinks.
It just clinks. It just clinks. Perfect. That happens. You three, how long are you gonna stay outside of the woodland apartments with Puck?
If he catches the eye of if he catches the other 3, he would, depending on like where they are, he would fly over.
You would absolutely not miss him, Mean. He's wearing like a salmon pink, like blazer.
Give us the
Amazing.
fin. Give us the fin.
Yeah.
Give us the fin.
Like, you know, the boat shoes that are like that creamy white color. It's got the matching creamy white crew neck under there. The sleeves are rolled up on the blazer. He's got the Casio watch. He's not rocking the Rolex. He doesn't want to be too fancy tonight, but he's been rocking the Rolex before. So he's trying to like dress it down, but keep it cash. And his signature sunglasses.
At night, as you do.
Yeah.
And you know, there's some new people I want to introduce you to. Come here.
Okay. All right. You see Puck kind of stand up and kind of like shakily move over, holding two old fashions. Sasha goes, and he's a short guy, short king, 5'3". Looks over and he goes,
Lowick Short King.
"Oh, it's W, but upside down. What's up?"
Oh, so
Nice to
you already
see you again, Puck.
been acquainted. Great.
Yeah, nice lady. She gave me a $5 not. Oh wait, I'm sorry. How's it go, Vera? Oh, what
Hello,
are you
Robin.
doing
How
out?
have you been?
Oh, I'm doing all right. What are you doing outside of your shop? I thought you'd be having a spot of tea and just staying warm by a fire or something.
I do go out sometimes. But we were at the Trip Trap, but I was almost run over by a mean here, and now he's not a gentleman suitor, but I am his +1. Or do you have a +1?
I'm going to assume that I have enough money to have a +1.
Wait a second.
All right.
Was that your car?
The Audi?
Really?
Yes. Yeah, it was my car. It's an unfortunate
What?
situation.
What are the odds? Amazing. You okay? I was worried.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah?
If you were gonna come back to the apartments, you could have just come with us.
Well, I'm kind of known for maybe going places that I'm not really wanted, or that didn't invite me. So I was kind of, if I'm being really honest with all of you, I was kind of hoping that maybe you would invite me, and then you kind of didn't really specifically, and so I was gonna go home and just drink by myself, but I wanted to say hi to Buck and give him some drink, and then here we are.
Well, let me give you some advice. I was not invited to follow these two.
That's true. She was. I didn't even
True.
notice.
Does anybody need this fair spirit, or can I put a girdle about this glass in about 40 seconds?
By all means.
What did he just say?
He's gonna drink it. He's going to drink
Ah,
Oh, you're not a rhyming man?
no, my English is great, but my English isn't.
Tell me, new friend, the king doth keep his revel here tonight, as he points to the building. Take heed, though, the queen, and looks over at Maddie, come not within his sight. You know what that means? I'm gonna say that you're not, or everything like that. We're having a party here. And you're invited.
Yes, I know about parties.
Okay. Can I give you a little bit of advice, my friend?
I suspect you will.
And he's going to walk up to you and he's going to tell you to bend down towards him. And he's going to put his hand up against your ear, and you're going to feel the tickle of him talking to you. And he tells you, they're all but sleeping without dreams. They'll think that old Puck was behind it. But nay, I was never here. And he leans down and he goes, well, don't let me keep the rest of you all from partying and everything of that nature. Go on inside, enjoy. I've got a date with two ladies. They're a bit old-fashioned though, so it might take me a little bit before I can get to their you know what I'm saying.
Very
Actually, kind of like that one.
clever.
That is. But
So, small issue, really quickly. It's actually a bit more complicated. So not only was I not invited, I was actually specifically told not to come here. And so I'm
Who told
here.
you that?
Oh, Ichabod Crane.
Crane
The
kicked you
mayor.
out.
Well,
Oh, we'll
it
see.
kicked
We'll,
me
we'll
out.
see. We'll see what we can do about that. How about that?
Okay. Okay.
When you're on Crane's bad side, it's not a place that you really want to be.
But he's
But I'm kind
on
of
my
always on his bad side, so it's like not a super duper big deal, right?
But he's on my bad side, and that's worse.
You all.
Madam M.
And then she just walks.
I look over at Vera. Okay.
Go.
And whoever's like last probably hears Buffkin whisper to himself, "I will follow her to the ends of the earth."
As you start walking towards the woodlands, we're gonna cut over back to the burrow. Yes, Vera.
I linger for a second and
Okay.
I bend down to put some money into Puck's cup.
He looks at you and he goes, "Ah, fair lady of the wold, though a fair lady of woe as well. Mayhaps you need that more than this, fairest Puck."
Oh, this isn't this is a trade. You said something a moment ago.
You want to know
You
what
said
Uh-huh.
they were going to blame something on you.
Yes.
that you were never here.
That was a riddle kind of meant for the fair prince, but I guess I can share with you for your, I said they are sleeping but without dreams. But they are going to try to blame it on a fair Puck, but I was never here.
So I gathered that part, so that's not. And I gestured to the cup of the fact that this is a new.
Do you want me to explain it to you? You're going to find something horrible inside, but I won't be around for them to pin it on me.
And I will gently grab Puck by his little fake cheeks. I've always liked a trickster. They're cleverer than me. And I've always admired that. I was never clever. But hear me, Robin Goodfellow. If this does come back to you, no amount of fairy hospitality is going to keep you safe here. And I give him a little kiss on the cheek, and I go inside.
Lit.
And he looks left and looks right, and he holds his cheek a little bit, and you can see him almost pull the energy from the kiss a little bit.
Yeah.
And he says, "Is that a morning bird I hear?" And he just gathers his things, grabs the 2 glasses, puts them into like a little big gulp cup that he has.
New Orleans.
Yep. And he just carries his things and starts walking away from the building. We cut back over to the burrow. Han, you've been going over this information. You found out this information. You get a radio call from security. Are we going to be doing all night, or do you want us to start wrapping things up? It's starting to get a bit late.
What is the traditional thing? Would we?
Typically, New York kind of says that you should close your club at like 2 a.m. type of beat. 2 a.m. typically seems to be around the good area. You got to start getting into private club licenses if you want to stay open 24 hours.
The main bar closes.
Okay.
The downstairs actual club part stays open until like 4.
Perfect. Okay. They're going to go ahead and translate that, and they're going to say, by the way, you had a drop-off. Somebody drops the golf for you.
What is it?
It is a small box. You want me to open it for you?
Yes, please.
He goes ahead and he says, "Okay, one moment." Starts opening it, and he goes, "Ma'am, I'm gonna have to. It's a foxtail."
Bring it here immediately.
He starts walking through, and he walks up to your office, and there is a wooden box that has the top, like, kind of slightly ajar off of it. It's just a simple wooden box with a wooden lid, and there's a strange symbol on it. It looks like a deer, maybe? Something of that nature. But he holds it open for you, and you look inside, and there is a foxtail, still bloodied at the end, where it seems like it just got cut, like somebody held it up and just cut it clean. And there's still blood.
I turn to him, shut it down, do a sweep now.
You got it. The messenger, it was a bike messenger. Do you want me to send one of the boys after him?
Follow.
Got it. And he goes to do exactly as you say. You're sitting there at your desk. You're looking at this foxtail. Do you do anything else as they're getting ready to close down the club?
So am I still in the basement? Like my secret area?
Yes.
Alright, I would stay down there, yes.
Okay.
Because that is magically warded.
Okay. You're gonna stay down there, staring at the foxtail, kind of looking over the other information, and you're trying to...
I'm gonna start researching the logo on the box.
Perfect. We will save that roll for next time. As we carry on over to our trio and Buffkin, or just the quad group, or old fashions. We don't
Except
know what to call them. Yeah,
The old fashions.
the karaoke crew, whatever they fucking are.
Sure.
They start. You start walking your way up to the Woodland Apartments. No Grimble at the front desk. There's nobody at the front desk. The elevator is shut down. It is broken, out of order. But Amin, do you live in the Woodland Apartments? I know M does. Y'all would know that to the party they are using a service elevator to get people up to the party. You just have to go back through the lobby into like an area towards the laundry chute. Are you all making your way to the Yep, make your way. Are you all
Absolutely.
to the service elevator? Okay, perfect. You four get on, close it.
I give everybody a heads up.
Oh, okay.
So hey, yeah, that would be super weird if I got.
That'd
on the
be weird if you got
elevator
that
and
information, yeah.
And like knew something horrific was gonna
Yeah.
happen, and then didn't
Oh,
say
oh,
anything.
wait.
Absolutely.
You guys will see.
The scene is.
Hey,
the scene is.
I get in the elevator. I'm like, hey guys, you know what? Never mind. You'll see.
Hello.
Hey, girlies.
I don't know if you
What?
guys caught it, but Puck left a pretty ominous warning. I stopped to press for more information, but
Yeah,
I think
drunken homeless man
no,
talked about.
well, drunk,
What kind
but
of warning?
He's pretty
a
smart.
rhyming one, a fairy one, a bad one, whatever's
So
up there. It's
not
a
quite saying
party.
it, but kind of saying it. Way of telling people
exactly,
things. Okay.
yes. Sort
I
of a
know
roundabout
what's supposed to
way
happen.
of- People are sleeping without dreams, which might mean they're all dead. Is the first thing I thought.
Oh, or
Or
just
they're
throwing
like
it out there, magic-wise, it could also just mean that they are put into a deep magical sleep.
Could be a deep
Hold
sleep.
on.
I'm just sort of.
I'm not sleeping. At least I don't think I'm sleeping. You said
No.
sleeping without dreams, so then we are definitely not sleeping.
Not
Wait a
us.
second. Do you want me to fly up there and just see if I can see anything from the outside?
If you don't mind.
That's
Be safe,
probably
though.
better.
Certainly couldn't hurt.
Okay.
You stop at a level to let Buffkin out and for him to hop out of a window and fly to the top. Y'all continue the elevator going up and rising, and we can kind of see you moving up through the elevator shaft, but the camera follows Buffkin. And Buffkin, you can hear music blaring from the penthouse suite, the balconies coming out. But you don't hear people. But you do hear the music of Kate Bush singing, "Let me be weak, let me sleep and dream of sheep. Oh, I'll wake up to any sound of engines. Every goal a seeking craft," playing over the loudspeakers as you fly onto the balcony and you look and you see an entire party of people asleep in tables and chairs. You can see Old King Cole, Ichabod Crane, Snow, Rose Red, a multitude of people just all asleep wherever they stand. And you see from across the ballroom, and as y'all step out of the service elevator, you can see a crying beauty who's like trying to use a big unwieldy cell phone to call different numbers at different bars. And you can see from behind, it's almost like y'all have come out and you see the back of this Buffkin. Right across, you see a guy wearing a trench coat, or not wearing a trench coat, he was wearing a suit.
jacket, unbuttoned, no tie. Big Buell, smoking a cigarette, looking around. And he looks at you and he goes, Buffkin, we're in a load of fucking shit. Thank you all so much for joining us for Fables What's the Future. This is episode 1 and Dream
Amazing.
of Sheep. Before we go, and before we raid into somebody else here, you will see who we're raiding at some point. Let us go around one time and let our lovely cast introduce themselves and let them know where you can find them and what they have going on. Starting with April.
Hello, I'm April. You can find me all over the internet as April Raygun. I'm doing a bunch of things. Just follow me online. It's the easiest. There's stuff and things.
Fantastic. Jacob.
Yo. Hey, everybody. My name is Jacob Plick, Duval King Jacob on the internets. Wow, what a great fucking game. So really excited to come back here and play some more. But my home away from home on Twitch is the Amphitheater channel that I co-founded, where Tuesdays there's going to be a new D&D campaign pretty soon. Wednesdays you can find me playing some retro games, Duval's Gaming Journey. Bi-weekly Thursdays for Blood and Blood Out, our Blaze in the Dark campaign. The opposite Thursday over on Waffles Maple Syrup, playing some Pathfinder 2e over there, really good stuff. And then Sundays, of course, is Duval and Dragons or Dragonlance Dragons of Rebirth over on twitch.tv/so mighty games. So yeah, follow me and all the ridiculous stuff that I do, as we all in here always do too damn much because we're really bad at saying no. But I'm really fucking glad I didn't say no to this because this shit's awesome. Let's go.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jacob. And let's go over next to Prince.
Hey everybody, I'm Amir Prince Hamza, also known as Dimples and Dice around the internet, also known as The Moist Heat. In case you haven't heard that one before, I have to drip that one in there just a little bit.
Look, I don't like drip. I was fine with moist. It was drip that I didn't like that time.
Moist and drip. No, I'm a TTRPG/variety streamer. You can find me over on my channel, Dimples and Dice, twitch.tv. Doing Werewood Revelry. It's a D&D 5e campaign where I am the storyteller there. It is based in Wild Beyond the Witchlight with my own Fey Wild Shadowfell twist to it. Definitely not by the book. You can also catch me over as a storyteller on Vampire the Masquerade Philly by Night. We are in our 5th and final season over on Rollin' D's 20s. Do check us out. It has been fantastic. I'm working on getting some more guests this season to close this shit out. Everything's going to be on fire before it's all said and done. I'm also over on Waffle Maple Syrup every other Friday for Siren's Call, and I am doing a Hunter the Reckoning that will be wrapping up very soon here, I suppose, over on Table Goth's channel. And then there's more stuff to come. I stay busy, so in case you missed it, follow me on Twitter, and you'll see all the other stuff I'm up to, and probably screenshots or photo modes of various video games, including Hot Wheels cars. Lots of Hot Wheels cars.
Speaking of Hot Wheels, Rachel.
Hi, I'm the very sleepy Miss Penny Dreadful. I can't stop yawning. You can follow me on Twitter at Miss Penny Dreadful. You can catch me playing games over at Table Goth. Every Wednesday, Bully and I play games as your goth girlfriends at 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern. And then every other Friday this summer, I am doing some chill morning streams at like 10 Central, 11 Eastern. Those times change sometimes, so follow me on Twitter so you can get all the updates on those. Yeah.
Sick. Speaking of updates, Sade.
Oh wow, I get the update transition. Cool. Hi everyone. Sade or Ambrose, she, they pronouns. It's been a pleasure. You can find me everywhere as SS Ambrose or on Twitter, SS Ambrose _ because Twitter took that from me. I am currently working on my own mysteries for Monster of the Week coming soon. A certain season 2 of a certain thing that I ran for Girls Run These Worlds, so we'll see how that one goes, as well as other projects and connected universes on that one. So I'm really excited for that one. And also you'll be seeing me here again because this was phenomenal. Bring it on, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and we did not have one of our members of this wonderful party tonight, Raven. Unfortunately, there was some weather and other issues going on there. So please do go send some love to @WreckItRaven on Twitter. They are great. Go ahead and check them out on Twitch as well. And we cannot wait to have her back next week for episode 2. Need You Tonight.
You already have a title. Oh,
Already
shit.
have a title.
Damn.
Perfect.
We love it.
Fables was the future, and we'll also be joined by a guest as well. For a portion of the episode, we will have somebody portraying Big B Wolf, and that somebody is Zachary Valdo. So we will be having a guest. If you want to see more guests, or if you want to cast Q&A, or if you want to see some character playlists, if you want the playlist to the show, things of that nature, music is very important of this, then be sure to go ahead and hit !Fables. That brings up our Pally link, so you can pay these lovely people for their time and their hard work and this great story that they are telling along with me as well. If we have hit our $100 goal this week, then we will be having another guest further in the season, and afterwards we are going to be having a $200 goal of a playlists. So go ahead and tune into that. We'll be getting with these people. Make them have to make character playlists. I know some of them already have them, but make them have to make character playlists so I can share them with you all.
I have one song, and it's one I mentioned tonight.
Perfect.
I also mentioned one of my songs off my playlist
I have 2.
tonight.
Double up. Oh, one last thing before we go.
Yes.
The 30th of July over on Cradles Assemble, I'll be playing in a level 20 one-shot as we get killed by Vecna. So you should definitely go and hang out and watch my demise.
Go check that
There you
out. That's gotta be fucking rad. That's gnarly.
Yeah, it's at
level
9
20.
p.m. Eastern time.
Oh yeah, see me at Gen Con.
Yeah,
Also that?
yeah. Gen Con is coming up.
I'll
so
be there.
I'm not going to be at Gen Con, but some of these great people are going to be at Gen Con. So go ahead and hit them up safely.
Cuties at Gen Con.
Yeah, go find some of these cuties at Gen Con. Go give them actual money there. Or go get pictures
Make it
with them.
rain.
Like, make them rain and stuff like that. But yes, no, thank you all for joining
that affects
us. My name is Wes. You can find me here. I'm definitely not the best, but that's okay. What we have coming up, let's see.
Boo.
It's Friday.
Wes is the
tomorrow.
best.
Wes is the
Wes,
best.
Thank you.
Get a Wes
You're
is
not
the
allowed to
best.
talk shit about yourself on your own channel.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody in chat, Wes is the best. Type it now.
Can I get some W's in the chat for Wes? Okay.
Okay.
But tomorrow, when you're seeing this, tomorrow, Saturday, at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, I am destroying my body because of charity. Due to our Pride charity, Comfortably Queer campaign that we had this Pride month, me and Leslie got to eat 100 nuggets on stream. That's 100
Holy
nuggets
shit.
on stream.
I forgot about
And we
that.
got to watch Twilight while we do
Kind
it.
of nuggets.
I'm
What a combo.
doing
Wait,
I'm doing
all of
plant.
Twilight or
Great
just
night.
the first movie?
That sounds like fun.
We're doing
Just-
the
I'm
first
loving
one. I'm gonna see if I can convince her to do the second one as well.
Okay.
But
You're not
I've
good
got
at
I've got
nuggets,
I've got
so
plant I've got plant-based nuggets,
April.
and
Apparently, it's the new the
Leslie
room,
is-
situation.
it is the do the room situation. Yeah, we're gonna be watching it on stream.
Was he doing
and
McDonald's?
having-
Do the McDonald's.
Yeah,
nuggets.
Leslie's doing McDonald's, which I was
Dim
like,
nugs.
I was like, that's a bold strategy, man.
That's a bold strategy,
That's a
Cotton.
bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for her. But yeah, so we've got that going on. And then Sunday, we have CCN, Carrion Comfort News Network, as well. And we've got a bunch of other stuff coming up. Keep your eyes out for stories to make you shiver. Keep your eyes out for more. My cast is yawning. I'm yawning. It's time. We'll see you in the morning. Catch you later.
Bye.
On behalf of this wonderful cast and myself, my name is Wes, and have a great night, and do not forget that comfort comes soon. Goodbye.
Take care of yourself.
Bye.
Self-care is important.
Self-care is important.